Do you think light-skinned people have more of a leg up than dark-skinned people? For example, light-skinned Black people have a 36% chance of going to jail. No, no, no. Oh, no, no, I'm sorry. Wait. For example, I read it wrong. For example, right? Black. Shit, I did read it right. Light-skinned Black people have a 36% chance of going to jail in their lifetime compared to dark-skinned people have 66% have a 66% of chance going to jail. The color of punishment, African Americans, skin tone, and the criminal justice system, um, ethnic and racial studies. Why is it that most people on this app, oh hell, that's something else. All right, go ahead. And I know this subject is going to be a touchy subject.
I know.
I was thinking they were coming from a different perspective. I was thinking they were coming from how we treat each other and with
Well, that's
colorism. Okay,
in that.
okay, okay. But from
Go
what
ahead.
they're saying,
Because
the YT people in the system just don't like melanated people. They don't like melanin. The darker the beard, the sweeter the
no, no,
juice,
no.
and they're
But here's my
intimidated by
thing.
it.
But here's my thing. We talking about us in our community.
No, no, I was talking about what you just read. What you just read is talking about a system that's against us, and people who are of darker hues get, have a larger chance of going to prison or jail or whatever you said. So I was addressing that and saying that they scared of this melanin. That's why they know who we are, they know what we can do, they know where our power lies, and it's in the melanin. But when it goes to each other, I've never heard of that until I got on TikTok. I never heard of
So
colorism.
drop. So hear
So
me out. So drop. Hear me out. Right. You're light skinned, right?
yes,
And if you don't have any dark skinned friends,
I have dark skinned children and a dark skinned mother.
hold on, that will talk to you and tell you the things they go through, then you will understand.
I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna drop down and I'm gonna call my daughter and my mother because they're dark skinned and
Okay.
Your
and
mother, call your mother. Your
yeah,
daughter, I don't know.
she's
You know,
25. She just made 25, but she got on at a job where she's the only black person there. And because she's a beautiful dark skinned woman, maybe I don't know. I never heard of that. I do
It
have a
has
dark
nothing
skinned
to do
friend. I
with
have a dark
colorism.
skin.
So just
Drop.
so we're
I've been
clear
dealing
that
with it for 13 years.
attraction has nothing to do with colorism. Colorism is exactly how it sounds, the color of your skin. So whether somebody is attractive or not has nothing to do with whether or not they're going to be
I
discriminated
didn't
against.
say that. I didn't
Right,
say
but
that.
I'm
I
just
said she's a
telling you
dark
because
skinned person.
as a dark skinned woman, whenever I speak on colorism, people tend to be like, "Oh, but you're so beautiful," and I just have to remind them like my attractiveness has nothing to do with the system of oppression that is of my darker complexion. They don't care about if you're attractive or not. So that's all I was saying is that it just has nothing to do with attractiveness.
Well,
But people
most
love
dark-skinned people
beautiful
don't
people
speak
too.
about.
People love attractive people too.
But I understand what you're saying, Dark Queen. But you talk
Attraction
about.
is everything. Yeah.
Wait a minute, Dark Queen. Let's face it. I understand what you're saying about people always say how beautiful somebody is, but until you talk to them, tell you what they're experiencing, they can be beautiful. They can be beautiful all you want, but the mindset of people still have those ignorant thoughts. It's just that a lot of your loved ones ain't sharing what they go through with you because a lot of people don't want you to be bothered with it because they dealing with it, but it's there, and it started from way back in the past of slaves. Here, so the problem with a lot of people, y'all don't like to go back in the past. Y'all don't like to go back in history. You act just like the YTs. The first thing you want to say is, well, we're not in slavery, but the mindset is in the system because you put one color, one shade against another shade. And they did that. And it got ingrained in the system and it got ingrained into the mindset of people of color, melanated people. And it's in the hiring system. It's in the systems of buying a house. Like even redlining. Like you could be light skinned, you get a different result being dark skinned. And sometimes you could be light skinned and get undersold your house because you got melanin in you. So it's really systematic. And a lot of people don't want to go from the start point, slavery, because a lot of this mindset, even when you take psychology classes, it tell you a lot of your mental status is hereditary. So you have to go back to slavery. A lot of the mindset that put our ancestors is now, but a lot of y'all
So
don't like to do
it's
that.
more so an inherent thing. I get what you're saying, and it does date back to slavery, but I want to be clear, right? So during the transatlantic slave trade, at one point in time, it became illegal for massa to create more slaves through reproduction. We know that white men were sexually abusing black women, right? And this would create biracial children, and some of them being lighter complected biracial children. And since it was illegal to do so, Massa then had to hide his children in the house. And that created the false narrative for darker complected slaves that were outside, that lighter complected slaves were being treated better. And I said false for a reason, because house slaves are more subject to being beaten because they were under a lot closer scrutiny by Massa. So they were being, I don't want to get the loud taken down, but they were being physically assaulted. A lot more, especially by Madam, because Madam is upset, like, how dare my husband cheat on me with something that is not even considered human. So it was not until the child got much older that it would actually be an issue when Massa would decide to place his child over darker complected slaves, and then the child would act as a, what we might call a Uncle Tom, a snitch on their darker complected brothers and sisters. And then we get to the Passe Blanc era. So we get to white tea people, well, black people who are trying to pass as white tea because they are lighter complected. Um, which is why, like, the one drop rule, well, one of the reasons why the one drop rule was instituted. um and so I even, as a dark skinned woman, I had two aunties who were white tea passing purposely. Like, I was talking to my grandmother a few months ago, and she was telling me how they refused to talk to the family until they were about to unalive, because they did not want anyone to know that they had black family and that they were indeed black. And then we get to the brown paper bag test. The brown paper bag test was something that was at colleges, churches, and other establishments where lighter complected people were pasting paper bags at the entrance of establishments and basically saying, hey, if you're darker than this, you cannot get in. And although that specific practice might not be evident in American society, the effects of the paper bag test still exist, which is why we have studies that tell us things like, in school, darker skinned students are more likely to be kicked out of class, more likely to be suspended and expelled, because it's very real. The implicit color bias is a real thing.
So I just want to say, so the implicit bias, see, when we talk about dark skinned women and dark skinned men, the implicit bias, see, that dark skinned women are more aggressive, that they're more violent, that they will that they're going to resist from the police. That mentality is also perpetuated by the system and perpetuated by social environment. It's also perpetuated by colonization. It has a lot to do with chattel slavery. It has a lot to do with the fact that chattel slavery is still embedded in our society today. That implicit bias that we see it on TV all day. If you know about Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you know how they did on Viv, and you know how they changed on Viv from a dark skinned woman to a light skinned woman.
They
They
even said, and sorry, Sauce. They
Mhm.
even said that they even treated um Kelly Rowland
Yeah.
different because of her dark skin complexion compared to Beyonce. The same with Dreamgirls, how they treated Jennifer Hudson.
hmm
Yeah.
And not even just that. If we look at TV shows like Martin, I know everybody loves Martin because I love Martin as a dark skinned woman. But if we pay attention to,
Pam and
like,
Jean. Yeah.
You
Mhm.
know,
if
Yeah.
if we pay attention to the insults in specific that Martin had for Pam, she would be like, "You're short," and he'd be like, "And you're a monkey. You're a dog," and like calling dark skinned women, whether he likes it or not, calling dark skinned women animals is colorist. It is inherently colorist.
Okay, can I speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
For 13 years, I've had to deal with colorism in schools from our community, our people, with my son. He's very dark complected. I've been told, I've been asked if he was African. I have had to report to the schools in elementary because people would hit him. Our people would hit him. They will call him dirty. They will call him the black crayon. At one point in kindergarten, he came home and said he had a nickname. He had friends, and they said his nickname was Black Crayon. I report to the school. Some of our same people would, what you call it? They would create a narrative as if I was dramatic and issue. I will report to the same schools in elementary where the assistant teachers would, our people, purposely dress him in girl costumes and not boy costumes and make excuses. Recently, this past summer, he is now a 16-year-old. He's 6'4", very dark complected. He has locks in his hair. He's now growing a little fuzz under his chin. My son was pulled over on his way to work by a out of uniform, off-duty officer because he's not a troublemaker. He complies and he respects his elders. He complied with this man because the man showed his badge. However, he was off duty. I was shopping. He was on his way into a Subway to meet one of his friends that looks a lot like me, which is a lot of light complected, more light complected. His friend comes out as he gets out his car. My son gets out his car. This officer that's off duty runs up to the car and tell him to get the F out. He gets out and he asks the man, what did he do? And he told him to shut up, ask him what is his name. And he told him his name. He asked him where was he going. He said to work. I was coming to see my friend before I go to work, which is in the same complex. He told him he was a lie. And his friend, who looks like me, told him he's only 16. He do work over there. That off-duty officer did not try to listen. He assumed my son was a gangbanger, called him a gangbanger, a thug, and said he was up to no good, said he had no license, said he was a liar, and he did not have a job. My friend's son called me. I ran out of his shopping store and I had to come to the location. This same officer off duty who looked like me called a on duty Caucasian officer to the scene to run my tags and to harass my child.
Yeah,
When I
because you're
reported
also
to that,
dark skinned, so it would make sense why you would try to come help your son and then also experience the same colorism.
yeah,
And it's unfortunate because that's what colorism is. It's our own people discriminating against us, like saying that we're too dark. Colorism is anti-blackness because it's never made sense to me. We're all black. Why are we um having issues with somebody because they're the darkest shade of black? But that's happened to my brother so many times because colorism for men, it manifests a little bit differently. While everybody sees me as aggressive, they take it to the next level with my brother.
yeah,
When he was in third grade, he
Brandon, can I
had,
say this to you right quick? But Brandon,
yeah, sure.
you was being rude. She wasn't even finished. You just cut off and went right to talking. Let her finish, please. You did that a couple of times. Just let her finish. You didn't even let her finish. the topic ain't going nowhere, but you so quick to talk. Just let her finish right quick. Go ahead, Eric. She wasn't even finished.
Oh,
Okay.
Erica, were you offended by me, Erica?
No,
She
I'm
wasn't
not.
finished.
Okay,
I
so
ain't
if
said
she
offended. I
wasn't
said she
if she wasn't offended, then what's the issue, beloved?
Because I still wanted to know what happened to the end of the story.
Okay,
I was
okay.
into it.
And I'll
You,
let
you
her
just
finish.
you cut off so quick.
I'll
You ain't the only one on the panel.
I'll definitely let her finish. But like,
You just
not,
speak
but
so
if she,
quickly. You even cut me out when I started talking at
Okay,
first.
all right.
I'll definitely let her finish. But like, if she's trying to finish next time,
Thank
shut
you.
up.
I'm not.
Next
She
time,
getting
shut
aggressive. I'm
up.
just saying, can you please?
Hold up. No, she's not being
Shut
aggressive.
up.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Next
Don't say
time,
that.
shut
She's not
up.
being
No, it's
aggressive.
just him proving.
Oh, okay. She's not being
Okay,
aggressive. Okay, so yeah, now you tripping.
I'm
that-
being
She told,
aggressive.
she told me to
We-
shut up, and I did not tell her.
That's
to
not
do it.
being aggressive. You're gonna
I
call
just
her.
said you cut her off so fast.
Okay, but if
Everybody was
she's
still,
not
everybody was
offended,
listening. You cut her off so quick.
which
Everybody was
we
still
have
listening to a
established.
story.
We have established that she was not
And
offended.
it's Erica be on the
So if she was not offended, shut up. Like, why are you speaking first? He has her
I
own
ain't
thing.
saying about her offended. I said let her finish her story.
But
What you
anyways,
talking
what
about?
were you saying, Erica?
Okay,
on,
so
on that day, when that happened, I was in a store shopping with my mother. So I was too nervous to drive when my friend's son called from my son's phone, not his phone, because the officer wouldn't let my son use his phone. At this point, neither officer was allowing my son to move. And I heard my friend and I hear the officers telling him to tell her ass to get up here real soon. And I asked him, can I speak with the officer? My stomach dropped. Okay. And I spoke with the officer over the phone and I said, sir, my son is licensed and insured. You know, he can show you the insurance if you'll give him the opportunity. I'm en route now. I don't want you to take him to jail. You know, he called my son a thug to me over the phone. And instead of me being combative over the phone, I was en route anxiously trying to get there because I did not want to, I didn't say anything because I did not want to anger this man anymore. When I got there, both officers were gone. They had threatened my son and told him not to move the car and that they were going to be somewhere in the area watching if he did. He tried to tell him that he had to report to work in the same area. At this point, you have everybody outside of Subways, outside of Jets, and outside of Starbucks and Burger King watching, knowing and filming to Facebook Live it. When I made it there, my son was sitting in a car, so humiliated. Mm. And he started crying. Mm. I'm sorry, y'all. He did not know and understand why this happened to him. I'm sorry, you guys. So I have been explaining to him since he was 4, you know, that there was a lot of different things that he was going to have to learn in in his journeys of life, and that it wasn't just going to be a form of discrimination against another race. There was a lot of other things that he was going to have to thicken his skin for. But for a long time, I didn't know how to get it into him because of all the situations I would feel like he would put himself in and assuming that people were genuine to him. I experienced having to take him home that day when this happened because he was too shaken up and embarrassed to work. I had to drive him to work for 2 weeks behind that because that same officer circulated that area and monitored all the stores. So I had to kind of let what you call the heat die down a little bit before I let him loose because I just couldn't protect him. They had threatened to take him in for no reason. And I was insured, he's licensed. They even played with his mind and said our tags were expired, and they weren't. So after that day, I took him to the church to talk to our pastor, right? To get a little guidance because of some things I just can't show him. And it's something, we could tell our kids, but we can't show them. And since then, I learned that it was a day, the pastor did tell me some things that he had been struggling with. Um, it was a day last year that he never told me. He went to school in the in the 10th in the 10th grade, and he was sitting in class, and it's all races, cultures are in his school. There was another race, Hispanic race, in an art class. Just because he didn't like his complexion, he took an art tube and jabbed him. And on that day, I remember he came home, but he kept asking for band-aids. And then I asked him what was wrong, and he made it seem like he poked himself when I took him to the doctor. So I didn't learn until we went to the pastor that he never poked himself. He just didn't want me to react. So I've been trying to figure out ways to navigate this to help him because one of my fears is my son, once he reached the age of 18 and enter this world, the battles are going to get even harder. I've been like really mad at him because he has locks in his hair, and I'm not against locks. It's just I'm already knowing that the battles are already, the cards are already stacked against him to a degree. That's all I got to say, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for getting emotional.
Erica, do you mind if I ask?
So hold on 1 second, honey. Also, honey, you have to understand there's a lot of other people on the panel who need to be able to speak. But let me read this cash out message. Um, someone said, black men are quick to say, I want a bad red bone. And if a chick is dark skinned, she gotta have a fat ass. They say red skinned women are already considered beautiful in a black man's mind. But if a woman is dark skinned, she has to have a nice body. The black man is still forcing this colorism ideology.
Yeah.
It was a sick game. I think it was kind of meant for it to be like that in the public's eyes. The people who put the fashion and put what's beautiful in your face, they always put the lighter skinned people. And I've been reading these comments down here, and I agree that is like a double standard when you see a very attractive dark skinned woman. You can't just say that, oh, you're beautiful. You have to be like, oh, you're beautiful for a dark woman. You know what I mean? Things of that nature. And that shit been handed down since you was little. You know what I mean? Been handed down since we was kids, man. I remember when we was little, they used to make fun of my cousin. My cousin name was Rob. She was like very, very, very dark, like like dark. They used to call her everything. My homegirl's son used to call her Black Mac. So make her cry because of her skin complexion. But shit, that was systematically done. Look at the videos, the video vixens, and the most of what they call the most of people. They make them light skinned as possible. You know what I mean? If you got 10 women, now you see the black woman, the darker skinned woman in there. It's because they have to represent that nationality of people. But I don't particularly agree with that. My wife is very dark. I have the attraction for the most dark women as possible. If it's 20 women, I would try to talk to the darkest one in the room. That's just who I am. But people have always made them feel like they was lesser than because of the skin complexion. That is a real thing. I've seen girls cry.
But I think but like she said, the black man is still forcing this colorism ideology because I haven't, no one haven't said this to me lately, but I went through a lot um myself with colorism. And my friends can tell you that too, because all my friends was light skinned. I was the only dark skinned one out the bunch. So um I and my friends didn't even know what I was going through until I told them. And then when I did tell them, they still didn't understand. And it took for one of their dark skinned friends to actually tell them exactly what I was talking about. And they said that is true because a lot of men have said to me, I usually don't date dark skinned women, but it's something about you. And so I had to learn to say to them, nah, keep that same energy. I'm good.
Right.
Because your preference is what you like. Because you I think I usually don't date dark skinned women. Basically is basically saying I'm more fuckable than anything. That's it. That's what you said in so many words. I am fuckable. And a lot of women don't understand that, the difference between because you can tell how they treat you. But yeah, y'all go ahead.
Yeah, that's fetishization. I just wanted to point out that I'm a drop because I gotta get my hair retwisted. But I just wanted to say that when it comes to parents who have dark skinned, children, I feel like y'all need to validate their existence every day with positive affirmations about their skin complexion because they're gonna face all types of different people who are gonna say things about them, and it's up to y'all to be able to instill in them that their skin is beautiful, that they don't need to think less of themselves because that they are dark skinned. And the reason, some of the things that happen when y'all don't do that is that we have dark skinned men who will uplift white women, and then they will put down their own dark skinned women and don't want to date dark skinned women because they were made fun of and because they weren't validated, and vice versa for dark skinned women who want to date light skinned men or white men or whatever. You have that type of mentality that happens as well. So I just want to
All
point that
right.
out, and I'm gonna drop.
I want to piggyback off of Zodiac real quick. Um, I thank God for my mother, man. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Ms. Diamond.
Good morning.
Good
Good
And good
morning.
morning, panel and commentators. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, brother. All right. I thank God for my mother, man, because she instilled in me as a little boy, with me being a dark skinned man, right? That I'm handsome. She made me be an individual. She made me dress differently. It's things that she purchased for me to wear that I did not like because I grew up in a certain community, right? And she would make me wear casual clothes to school, at least 2 days out the week. And I didn't like that at first. I really didn't like it because she was trying to make me an individual, to be an individual man and not follow the crowd, right? And at one point in middle school, um, she did this all through elementary school, middle school, and one day a particular um, girl I liked, she walked up to me and she told me, I like you because you're different. You don't do what everybody else do. And to piggyback off of what Zodiac said, it is important that when you have a darker skinned child, to instill in them and tell them that you are handsome, you are beautiful, despite what the world may say about your skin color, right? To this day, you can't tell me I ain't handsome, and
I
it's
feel
because
my
of what my mother, yeah. it's because of what my mother instilled in me growing up. And I appreciate my mother for that. She never let anybody talk down on me or say anything negative about me, you know, if she was around and heard it. So I thank God for my mother and her being that way for me, man. That's all I gotta say this morning. And you know, dark skinned people, you're beautiful, you're wonderful. We love you. I love you, and y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Thank you so much, Ms. Diamond.
Thank you,
No,
Mike.
I'm gonna tell y'all something really quick. Somebody sent a cash out message. They said you couldn't pay me to tell my kids business on the app. But hear me out. I'm gonna tell y'all something what I had noticed with my kid's father. So we were young, right? We were young. Check this out. Every time we were throughout our times in the relationship, right? Throughout the times we were together, he cheated on me, right? He always cheated on me with a red bone.
Yeah.
Mm.
Went through it.
So I said to him, I said, I'm not your preference. Right? And I would pay attention to that. I would pay attention to that. Like, and I said to him, I said, I'm not your preference. He was like, nah, babe, no. And so it was other things about me that I feel kept us together because, for one, I fought hard for the relationship. I fought harder. We had kids. I wanted that family. I didn't want my kids to be without their dad. So I fought and I fought and I fought and I fought and I fought. But as I sat back and I, paid attention, I was like, I'm not your preference.
Everybody got a type.
Yeah. So I went through that, y'all. I went through that. Yeah. I even had some in child. We ain't gonna talk about it, but yeah, go ahead.
But Diamond, even to what she said about everybody has a type. There's nothing. First of all, good morning, everybody. But even to everybody having a type, to what he was doing, I went through what Diamond went through too. It's not nothing against you having a type, but some of Black men are very strategic as to who they date, right? We understand that a lot of them see darker skinned women as, some of them see them as more masculine, they see them as more stern, more aggressive, more all of those things. Whereas they'll see lighter skinned women as more gentle, more docile. So his preference was them. He just knew, and I feel like and Dom, you correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like he looked at you as this. You was a woman. You was still somebody to sleep with and love on at the time, but you was more so the one to get the job done. Whereas the other one was more so, I can lay with them, love on them, they gentle, but she works because he sees you more so as a business partner rather than a lover.
No, what it was this is what I felt. Because I told him, I said, you expect so much out of me, and they didn't have to do anything, and you didn't put them through anything that you put me through. And I was a rider. I was like, they just didn't have to work as hard as I did.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. You the business one. You're not the one. You're not the one. It wasn't. They don't. Some of them don't view the darker skinned women as the love type, like kind of what Brass was saying, like a Gina, whatever. It's kind of like, I know that the dark skinned girl gonna get the job done. I know she gonna take care of business, but I can never love her truly how I love my lighter skinned woman, because I don't view her as feminine as I would a lighter skinned woman. That's what I mean by more business type. You can take care of my kids. I can hunch on you. We can get the bills paid. But as far as loving you out loud, that ain't gonna happen the right way.
So I had so someone said something to me. I was having a conversation with somebody, and he said, you like them light skinned ninjas. That's what he said to me. And I was like, no. I was like, no, that's not the case. I was like, dark skinned men don't approach me. Light skinned men approach me.
Exactly.
I don't get approached by dark skinned men. Light skinned men will be quicker to be in a relationship with me quicker than a dark skinned man. So,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's true.
that's so
I
true.
can't, I can't. So it's not, it's, it's what comes to me.
But it works on the other side too. Now, as us men, now, like my second relationship that ended, she was light skinned. But I had women, I had family members, dark skinned women tell me, see, that's where you messed up. She got your dark skinned woman, you ain't got your red bone. Women do it too. You should got your red bone, that colorism. Because like I flirt with all shades. Don't matter to me. My first wife was dark skinned, real dark. So it don't matter to me. But I do and I still got it. Like, man, dark skinned women stubborn. And these comments came from women. So that note you got, it works on the other side too. Women to say the same thing as men. And it's foolish. It's really foolish because at the end of the day, women gonna move how y'all gonna move how y'all want to. And that's why I'm saying the system went mindset of a lot of these young people out here and it's evolving instead of changing. People not choosing to look at the person. She a lighter shade. She's still a black woman. It's fucked up.
I do want to be clear though, boss man. Colorism, you can't be light skinned and go through colorism. You're going through somebody being prejudiced. But I think Bratz may have already explained this, but I was getting ready. Colorism is, the discrimination against darker skinned people. So what they was just doing was probably just being prejudiced. But I just wanted to make that clear because somebody in the comments tried to allude to they suffer from colorism.
I checked them, Alexandra. I checked them because it's real foolish because I done had women tell me like you too dark. I done had light skinned women be like you too dark for me and stuff like that. And I'm like, all right, it's in what it is. Cause I heard women say I like my man darker. Well, I like my man lighter. Men and women do it. Do it.
I don't disagree.
That's pretty wild because most of the time I feel like in the dating aspect of it, dark skinned men get a lot of love and dark skinned women don't. Like both sides love dark skinned men.
So just explain, and that's because darker skinned women darker people are seen as masculine, right? And lighter skinned people are seen as soft and gentle. So if you put in the masculine, man, that's what see. Just vocalizing themselves. That's what we mean by dark is always attributed to aggressive, no matter what. People like aggressive men, but not women. So dark-skinned women lose by design. That's just what it is.
I think a lot of skin women are aggressive by they were forced to be throughout life. You know what I mean? As kids are cruel, and society paints the picture the lighter the better. The closer to a pale skin, the better you are, the more attractive, the more appealing you are. So when these kids go to school and they real dark, they get talked about, and so they get aggressive, they get stern, they get hard. You know what I mean? So when and that matriculates over until their adulthood, and as they grow older, then you deal with women. They really don't be having the room for the nonsense. But you like, I'm not even bringing no nonsense, short. I'm like interested, and you gotta just get that second. But a lot of them are aggressive because they had to be as kids.
I definitely could relate to this whole topic. I used to experience this in my household with my brothers and sisters. I'm the darkest one out of 5 brothers and 4 sisters. And when I would express myself, first thing that my aunts and my uncles would say, why are you so aggressive? Why are you so angry? But when my brothers and my sister would express themselves, everything was, oh, he frustrated, she's sad. And I'm like, damn, I did the same thing that my brother did. And you just saying I'm aggressive and I'm angry. What's up with that? And then I experienced it in school too. When I used to try to talk to women, they're like, no, like, you okay, but you just too dark for me. And I'm like, damn, like, really? So as I got older, it don't mess with me now because back then I'm 38 years old. Back then they were saying light skin was in. Now dark skin is in. So it definitely a touchy subject with certain people because it was a lot of times I'm like, damn, like I want to date a YT woman because I felt like my own people wouldn't even date me, wouldn't even accept me unless we was getting into a brawl or getting into a fight because back then they saying light skinned dudes really couldn't fight back then. We just gonna be real. I lived in New York City, so it was a lot of things going on in our community that a lot of people don't even speak on.
I would say this to y'all. Oh, I got a cash out message though. Somebody said, tell them to explain what is light skin and dark skin.
I'm gonna be honest, everybody's definition different. Because I found out in some states, apparently I'm not viewed as darker skin. So that's hard to answer. Because what may be dark skin in Florida ain't dark skin in Ohio.
Right, because in some states I'm considered light skinned, and I done stayed in a bunch of them. In other states, I'm not. They said I'm not. I don't think I'm light skinned at all, but a lot
That's
of
true. And
people say that.
I've seen some light skinned
Who
people
saying they
like
light skin?
Right. Some of
I'm
y'all be calling yourselves light skin, and you
You
do not
brown
light
skin.
skin.
I'm brown.
So you're not
But I'm
dark.
saying
Yeah, you're
I'm
not dark.
saying I'm not dark.
I never
he
worry
was
about my
brown
shade
skin.
because I'm a black man at heart. I don't give a shit. You'll never hear me talk about my shade.
I'm saying you're not
Black
dark.
man at heart. It is what it is. I know, but I won't say I don't talk about my shade because I like all your women. Shit.
I'm free.
Just
They had
for,
they
I like women, but I prefer my woman chocolate. Like the darker the better for me, bro. I've been like that
why
my
though?
entire life.
Can I ask you why though? I'm just curious.
wait, can I answer the question of the cash app?
Go ahead.
So colorism is discrimination against darker skin tones. When we ask like what is light skin and what is dark skin, at one point in time that was quantified by the brown paper bag test. So like if you're darker than a brown paper bag, you can experience colorism. Colorism is about who's the darkest person in the room. You don't have to be dark skin, right? Because I know this new term brown skin is a thing to experience colorism. You just have to be darker than light, and brown skin is darker than light. So if we're clear on it, like colorism is a hierarchy. Light, medium tone, dark. It punches down.
So I got a cash out message. They said colorism is the offspring of racism. They say we took the truth from white folks and applied it in our community. Colorism will not be solved until the race issues of this country are solved. The race issues of this country are solved. Someone said, do y'all agree with the connection to racism?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. Racism has birthed a lot of isms, colorism, the hair texture. You got black people that tear down other black people saying nappy, and nappy is a derogatory word toward other people because our natural hair it's a protectant in the sunlight. It absorbs our sweat so we won't overheat. It's a natural thing to have tight hair, but people don't know that. But they're ignorant. So yes, racism has spawned a lot of isms in the United States.
Yeah, that's texturism.
I want to say tell y'all something. And I said this. She don't know that I said this, but my daughter, she's a red bone, right? And I sat back and I said to myself, when I had her, I said, "Woo, thank God that she's not dark skinned."
Mm.
And I said that because I didn't want her to experience the things that I experienced as a dark skinned woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I said that. I said I didn't want her to experience, y'all, what I went through as
Right.
a dark skinned woman. So her her being light skinned, she she don't go through a lot. She don't go through a lot. She don't.
Diamond, I just want to point out the fact that you and a lot of other people have the same stories. And for that fact, the fact that we can hear that, what saddens me is so many people hear these conversations and they still dismiss the conversation of colorism, right? They try to gaslight darker skinned people and say, you're just making it up. It's all in your head. Like, no, it's a real ass thing. They had a whole somebody released years ago, of about a decade ago, this list of how they typecast. And on the paper, they said the darker that you were, they would cast you as a slave, as a prostitute, as a drug, as a drug dealer, whatever the situation was. If you were lighter, they would cast you as the love interest. They would cast you as a successful person. We take in all of those things, and those things condition us and win the real world. So if you are constantly watching lighter skinned women be loved on TV, they are the successful Black woman. They are the one that's the go getter. You see your darker skinned woman, like we've seen, maybe even for the kids, the Proud Family, Dejanay, being a bully, being a weirdo, being a stalker for the Black man. Those things we process and those pour back into our real life. They translate back into our real
Right.
life. So at the end of the day, colorism ain't just something we should get over and move on, or it's just preferences. People
Right.
need to start asking themselves, where did you learn your preference? You didn't wake up one day and say, I only like lighter skinned people. We are influenced. And the minute that we start to be real about this conversation, maybe we can actually build the Black community back up the right way. And to Drop Queen in the comments, please just get on the panel. Because she in the comments talking about, we experience colorism too. No, you don't.
How?
You just
How?
don't, girl. You just
Look,
don't.
There might be some
Well,
prejudice somewhere, but you don't experience colorism at all.
I never really gave it a lot of thought. I can honestly be, being truthful, until it hit me personally. I
If it's
really,
not if it's not happening to you,
right.
you're not going to pay attention to it.
And I should have.
It would take, like, I'm telling y'all, like, my daughter, man, I'm telling you, she do not go through a lot of things.
Right.
My friends is honest about
But
them. They
that's
gonna
our
tell
mission, I was told.
you. My lighter skinned friends will tell you they don't go through half the shit. They be honest. They be
That's
like, Alex,
right.
when we go out, I don't deal with the shit you deal with. They the real ones, because they not gonna sit up there and lie and pretend they
You
go
are
through what I go through.
you are deemed problematic all the time, no matter what. I see it.
Colorism is heavy in entertainment. You look at Ice Spice, she ratchet as hell. But you look at Sexy Red, everybody, look at her, she's disgusting. They sued all, it said all the time on
I don't care about none of that shit.
But like, no, I'm just saying. No, but yeah, but here's the thing though, Diamond. Here's the thing though, it's in the mainstream and chip. No, here's the thing. The reason I'm bringing up Diamond is that young people see that.
Boss man, she talking to somebody in the comments.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You are. You entitled to your own opinion. I just don't give a fuck about none of that shit you talking. Because I'm gonna say what I feel. I'm gonna say what I experience. It is what the fuck it is. If you don't agree, you just don't agree. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I sit back and I just let y'all talk.
Yeah.
That's why I don't say much.
Comments always saying something.
Because I know a lot of people cannot take some of this shit that will come out my mouth. I know that for a fact.
Customer service.
And if you have to like,
But Diamond, you heard what I said about the entertainment industry. It's showing the churn about colorism heavy, like real heavy, like because when they look at it, like you got Ice Spice, Sexy Red, like they'll treat Sexy Red a different way, call all kind of names. But Ice Spice acts raunchy just like her, and they're like, oh, look at her, she an old red, sexy, fiery red bone. And she talk like that all the time. But Sexy Red, they be like, Sexy Red, look at her old black ass, just run around here acting all ratchet. It's right there in Churn's face, and Churn see that.
Ice Spice, boss man too. Ice Spice, and like we use people, Flo Milli or Ice Spice, and then I'm gonna mute up because there's other people on the panel. Ice Spice and Flo Milli are around like the same age, if I'm not mistaken, or they at least in their 20s. Y'all, Ice Spice said, "Bitches be thick, but I'm thicker. Bitches be rich, but I'm richer." Then she said, "You think you the shit, bitch? You not even a fart. Like, y'all would let Meg Thee Stallion get away with that?
No.
Or Flo
No.
Milli? Because you would never. You
No.
would never.
Right. Right.
That
Let's
was like
be for
some fifth
real.
grade shit.
You would
Exactly.
never, even in the music industry, you would never.
So I got some cash out messages. Someone said, ask Mr. Seven if he's single and what
Ooh.
state.
Oh my.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, I am single. I'm from New York City, but I live in Pennsylvania now.
Okay.
He
There you
so.
go.
Watch out.
Someone else said, we are broken and traumatized, and we are walking around unhealed.
I agree on that, Diamond. It's like this, right? When I still go back home, like, yeah, there's a lot of things that I don't talk to my family about. I spoke to two of my younger brothers, they twins. The things that they experience in life, I never experienced, and vice versa. But as far as that, they used to always shun dark-skinned people. You know what I mean? Names I got called that my brothers never got called. Like, for instance, I used to get called the African booty scratcher when I was young.
Or oil spill.
Nobody never called my brothers that because they lighter than me. They never called my sisters that because they lighter than me. And I used to always get picked last for a lot of things. Like, yeah, nah, like, and we experience that in our own community. So when people talk, don't talk from TV. You don't know what's going on in there. Speak from what you experience in your neighborhood and what you've seen with your own eyes. Don't tell somebody else's story because you don't know if it's true or not. You can only speak from what you've seen, what you went through, and what you heard with your eyes and ears. But we got to stop doing that. Like, a lot of people always want to say, but I don't think that's true. The reason you don't think it's true because you didn't go through it. Your skin tone different from mine.
Someone sent a cash out message and they said, can light-skinned people experience colorism too?
No, they cannot. I don't know how long
Hold
you gotta say this.
I don't get what's not clicking. What's not clicking, Stephen?
It's not.
You literally said the same thing 55 times.
No, you cannot.
It's literally on Google.
Okay,
People want to be oppressed so bad.
If it's a light-skinned person in the room with a whole bunch of dark-skinned people and people who love and like dark-skinned people, you don't think that they're gonna ostracize and make that light-skinned person feel the way that the dark-skinned person felt at school?
Nah, see, all right.
I mean, you're gonna do the same thing though.
All right, I wasn't gonna say this though, right?
Go ahead, God.
I wasn't gonna say this, but we're gonna keep it real.
I want to be honest. There are a lot of people that don't like dark-skinned people.
I'm about to say that, right, Diamond? So check it. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100% honest with y'all. When I watch older men in my neighborhood, this is what they used to do to the different type of women. The dark-skinned women, they was dogging them out, taking them in the building, trying to have sex with them in the staircase. But then the light-skinned women was being taken on dates and they was being loved on, kissed on outside, in public, on the bench in the summertime. The dark-skinned women was always being taken in the back way, in a staircase. They was doing them wrong. We just gonna keep it real. Like, and this is black men I'm speaking of. I'm not saying no other race. This is what I seen older men do in the projects in the hood. Like, nah, I don't want her. But yeah, you can freak off with her. But shorty right there, bad. I'm trying to take her out. And guess what? Light-skinned women, you should always get taken on dates, always do things, activities in public. But them dark-skinned women, men was always dogging them out, trying to keep them a secret. And that's just real shit.
Spoke up. I'm glad you said something
That's
because
just real shit.
Nobody listens to us. When dark-skinned women say the same shit you saying, it's y'all just jealous. You just mad. You not desirable. No. But when y'all say it, it's more believable because y'all are viewed as attractive because you are dark masculine. You're not telling no lies. But also too, why do some of y'all want to be oppressed so bad? If you knew what came with the life that come with being dark, you wouldn't be trying to force your way into the room of being shitted on because you dark. What? But not the oppression Olympics on a Wednesday.
But see, some people easy misled. Some people holding on to a lot of anger inside. They don't know how to express themselves. They always want people to accept them, and they don't even accept themselves. Because it was at one time in life, I'm like, damn, man, like I was ready to give up on my sisters. Like when I say that, I'm talking about black women, and I'm like, damn, when I came up, they really didn't want me. Now today, it started probably black is in. The darker the man, the better. That started again. I'm gonna give a take and say 7 years ago. That wasn't always in. Dark skinned people was not always in. Now all of a sudden, a lot of people say, "Oh, he real handsome. He dark and handsome." Back then, dark skinned men and women wasn't hearing the, "Oh, she beautiful." Guess what they was hearing? You beautiful for a black woman. You beautiful to be dark.
Oh yeah.
You handsome to be dark. Like, damn, why I just can't be handsome? Why I gotta be handsome for a dark skinned man?
Like a lot of times, like growing up and stuff, I used to hate that. And my mom used to tell people quick, oh, don't tell her that, because a lot of times people be like, oh, you a pretty dark skinned girl, or my nickname sometimes used to be pretty black, or like why I can't just be pretty like a light skinned girl. Like my cousin, she's like super light. She's mixed with like all kind of things. And they always used to just call her pretty. Like, but me, it used to be, oh, you're a pretty black girl. You're a pretty dark skinned girl. Like, I'm just pretty. And kids, you know, they see that, they internalize that. Even when you don't think that they're paying attention, they paying attention. They did a study where they showed, like, they had these baby dolls. I don't know if y'all saw it, but they had these baby dolls. One was a white one was a black one. And they were asking the kids, like, which one is beautiful to you? And all the little dark-skinned children were picking up the white baby doll. That's sad.
So doesn't that say that it's the dark women that's being colorist towards themselves? Because a lot of men love black women.
Also got to take into consideration featurism.
Just like, but look like,
conventionally,
just like with
some men are not going to get on this panel and say, I only date red bones. You can, if you know them personally, then you will know that's what they date, because you will see them. If you know them personally, you could tell. But some of them are not going to get on this panel. Let's say that.
All right, well, how about this, Diamond? What about hold on. Diamond, what about the women that prefer dark men?
Can we let Mac talk? Can we let Mac talk? Can we let Mac talk? Everybody else been talking.
I would like to hear what Alex was gonna say too.
Well, Mac was talking first, and then I was waiting.
Because I haven't get a chance to speak yet. And you come over here talking about let Mac talk. I haven't get a chance to speak yet.
I didn't know you haven't had a chance to speak. Excuse me, ma'am. I thought everybody spoke. You're welcome to speak.
Well, I just wanted to enlighten y'all that I don't care y'all up here complaining about being dark, but this dark man just had somebody pay a cash out to flirt with him. People literally are attracted to dark people. Y'all don't see reality.
Can we allow everybody the opportunity to speak?
Y'all, let's see these people.
How do you know the person that sent the cash app wasn't light skinned?
He don't know because he talking because he got a mouth. He don't know.
Majority of black women prefer darker men. That's the reality of the situation. I lived
this. That's now, bro.
Are you?
But acknowledge it though, bro.
So we can say that there's been a time where, and we hear the joke all the time. Oh, light skin in this season, dark skin in this season. That really happened.
Let somebody else speak.
Well, y'all haven't. Well, y'all kept talking.
You kept talking.
Scoop of hair.
Lord. First things first. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, darling.
Let me just go ahead and say this. Please stop calling black women aggressive, because it's really irritating me. Like, really, it does. Darling, if y'all don't understand what colorism is, I suggest you look it up on Google search and everything, because peak game. This is a true story. Back then when I was younger, I didn't even understand what colorism is until I got older now. And you see this on my profile picture, the only reason why I have locks on my hair. And you want to know why I have locks on my hair? It's because underneath that hair is my Afro hair, 4 type C. It's because the way that people keep on calling my hair nappy and calling me all kinds of names through colorism. And I didn't even know what it is back then until now I know what it is. Because I usually go to Brad's live because she explained colorism better than I do. Because when she was mentioning about the paper bag, and then when I was coming up to the panel, I thought it was like either light or brown, but then I realized that. But now I get it now. And the way that society is mistreated dark-skinned Black women right now is still happening till this day. And a lot of folks think that light-skinned people can experience colorism, but they don't. It's because society let beauty standards get in the way. And then when dark-skinned Black women keep getting called being aggressive, loud, rude, and all that, but then they won't say it to a light-skinned woman, it's because they think they're soft and pretty. They will say a lot of this to a dark-skinned Black woman, but they're not going to say it to a light-skinned woman. It's because light-skinned Black people have privilege.
I tell Drop Queen she a little too aggressive all the time, so I don't know where you getting that
Exactly. But we gonna get to
Excuse
it, man.
Excuse me. I
We
wasn't
gonna
even
get to it, man.
finished, so
We'll
both
get
y'all
to it,
mute.
man.
And Drop Queen, I'm not talking to you, so shut up.
Bitch, fuck you. I wasn't talking to you.
I wasn't
Don't
talking
come
to
at
you,
me
so
like
shut the
that.
hell
I don't
up.
give a fuck. I wasn't talking to you, bitch.
I
I was
wasn't even
talking
talking
to
to you,
Mac.
bitch.
I just told you a motherfucking thing.
Hey, Shy.
You don't come for me. I wasn't even talking to you. Don't disrespect me.
Don't
Don't
do work.
I want
disrespect
to know
me.
who the fuck you talking to, because
I'm
I know
talking
you're
to you.
talking to me.
I'm talking to you.
But you
Don't
wonder why they
disrespect
say
me.
dark women are
Don't
this and dark
disrespect
women.
me.
Hey, man, stop instigating, man. Stop instigating.
You're not going to come at me.
I did. Now what you gonna do about it? I did.
Oh, hell no. Wait a minute.
Drop. Don't come at Shy like that.
Come on, y'all. Let's not. We don't have to argue with each
Just
other.
let Shy finish, y'all.
Always got a problem with everybody.
But y'all cut her off. Y'all cut her off. Let Shy finish.
No,
Go ahead, Shy. Y'all mute up.
No. I was telling Mac.
Drop. Just let her finish.
I was telling Mac to let her finish. I'm going to address it. That's
Drop.
why I
You know
told Mac.
Shy don't hop. You know Shy don't hop on her all the time. Let her
I don't know
finish.
nothing about it. She had no business
What if
disrespecting me.
find out? Let her finish. Damn, Drop just went right quick. Let her finish. Go ahead, Shy. Go ahead, Shy.
Thank you. So as I was saying before I got rudely interrupted, all I'm saying is that colorism in the Black community, it needs to be talked more, because we let everything slide, and all this internalizing colorism, we let everything slide. And it's just, as of now, people need to understand that we need to realize that all these beauty standards that society put in place is the reason why colorism exists. And I'm gonna land my plane.
I want to say something to Draw real quick. If ain't nobody else gonna say it, you a different kind of person to bring your ass up here and center yourself in a conversation of colorism.
Girl, shut the fuck up. You always got something to say
not only a
about
dark-skinned Black
everybody.
women,
I'm
but
telling
women
from my
too.
perspective and my experience.
I don't give a fuck
about
about what you talking about.
What you talking about
You
neither.
came up
You
with
just don't like yourself, so you
a darker
always
skinned
want
Black
to
woman.
interject
Girl,
yourself
I
when it
don't
comes
give
to
a
me.
fuck
Your
about what you
personal,
talking
your
about.
personal
You
self-esteem
came
has
up here
nothing
and
to
called
do
her
with
a
me.
bitch.
No,
You called her a bitch.
I sure did. Don't disrespect me. She disrespect me. I
So
didn't
now what?
Hold on.
You're literally
I
proving
did
the
not
light skin privilege we
interrupt
talk
her.
about.
I did
You
not
thought that you
interrupt. it has nothing to do with my
Why
color.
are you
She's
whispering?
trying to
Talking
use
to be
dark
centered, and
skin.
that's the bottom line.
She's trying to use dark skin
You're
privilege to
disgusting.
be
You can't,
disrespectful to me.
I'm gonna tell. Don't worry about it.
Hold on, wait a
Don't
minute, Alex.
disrespect
Go on mute.
me.
Alex,
Cause
go
you
on mute.
disgusting
Do
as a
not
bitch, and ain't nobody else
disrespect
gonna
me.
tell you.
Drop
You wrong
queen.
as a
Why?
bitch.
Alex,
Drop
Why
queen.
would
Why
you
you
do
change?
that?
Why you changing the energy? Why you changing
Hold
the
on,
energy?
hold on, hold on,
Come
boss
on.
man. Hold on,
Hold
boss
on,
man. Hold
Alex.
on. Hold on,
Hold
hold on,
on,
boss
drop it, because I
man.
know y'all finna come
Hold
over
on,
here and
boss
tell
We
me
was
man. Let
about
me
having a
tell you
good
having
something.
dark skin
conversation.
Hold
privilege
on,
and light
boss
skin
man.
But
Let me
privilege.
y'all,
tell you
Big
something.
fucking serious
Boss
now.
man,
y'all changing
boss
the
man.
energy.
Hold on, no, don't
Even
say,
if Shy
don't
started
say,
it, she didn't have to call her
don't
out her name.
say,
And then you
don't
centering
say,
yourself. This
Drop
not even
queen.
boss
about
Wait,
man,
why
you.
do
drop
Queen.
queen
not
down here
say that
called
I
Drop
changed
queen.
the
Blaqqdiamond?
I'm
energy when
very
she
fair. I'm
disrespected.
very
Hold
fair.
on,
Because
she
Hold
disrespected
on,
me
wait.
because I
Wait a minute,
wasn't
you was
talking to her.
disrespecting me
you
first.
you and
You
Matt.
got
Ma'am,
you
I
over
was
here
not
Y'all
called
talking
me
to
a
you.
y'all
bitch. I
wait.
called you a bitch.
Ma'am, I
So now
wasn't
I
what?
don't
talking
know
to
why
you.
Scooper
You was
Harris
over here
messaging me in the
disrespecting me
I
comments.
wasn't
first.
talking to you, ma'am. I was talking
Shine
to
drop. Shine
McCumbin.
drop.
I told
Y'all mute.
Map.
Shine
No,
drop.
no, you mute, boss
Diamond
man.
Did
talk.
you not just hear that Diamond trying to talk? God
Hear
damn.
me out. Hear me out. What happened? Damn.
I'm gonna tell you what
I
happened.
tell you.
Shy
I
was
take care of.
talking.
Somebody want to
Boss
hear
man,
your
would you
side of
allow
the
me to
story.
speak? Y'all been on here speaking the
No,
whole time. Shy
no,
was
I'm not gonna
talking.
let you speak because you
Shy
came up.
was
You was
talking.
rude. No, Shy was talking and
Shy
you
was
and Matt
you.
cut her
That's a
off.
lie.
And Matt and
No,
Shy
I
asked
didn't cut her
y'all
off.
to
I
mute
cut
up.
Mac
And
off.
you and yes,
I
y'all
cut
did.
Mac
But
off.
both of
I
y'all was
cut
talking
Mac
over
off.
her.
Would you
Both of
allow me
y'all
to
was talking
finish?
over
No,
her. Y'all
you
was
allow
rude.
her
Would
to
you
No, I'm
allow
not
me
gonna
to
let you
finish,
finish because
boss
you about
man?
to lie. You
She
about to
lying.
lie.
I don't
She
hold on. I
lying.
don't have to
She
lie. I
literally
don't
Okay,
have
so
to
lying.
lie
boss
to
man,
none of
hold on
y'all.
1 second, boss man,
I don't have
please.
to
Man,
lie
y'all
to y'all.
unfair as hell, man. Y'all real unfair as hell,
She's
man.
lying right now. She's
What the fuck I
literally
gotta
lying.
lie for? The people in the
Cause
comments
you,
saw
cause
what
you talking
happened.
because you got a mouth. You're lying. You cut her off and you called her a bitch.
I didn't
And
cut
you
her
also try
off.
to
I
say
cut
you're
Mac
cap,
off.
bro. You're cap. You're lying.
Mac, what happened? Mac,
You're
you
asking
said
Matt.
Mac didn't Mac
Boss man, what
say
happened? Hold on, drop. Boss man, what happened?
I'm
Shy was.
grown. I know how to defend myself,
Oh
and
my
I'm gonna say what I
God.
need to say because they're not
It's not
gonna
about
lie
her
on me. That's
defense.
one thing
You
you're not going to do.
Shy was
You're not
speaking,
going
and
to lie on me.
everybody knows Shy don't speak that long and she'll drop because y'all know her condition. And y'all there, you and Mac, and then Mac said something to her, and then you said something to Mac, and I said both of y'all need to mute. Cause then Shy was like, "Can y'all mute?" Then you and Shy, then you called
That's
Shy
not
a
what. That's
B.
not what happened. That's not what happened.
You
Shy say I'm
You
not even
called that
talking to
young
you.
woman a
Hold on.
bitch.
Oh, I stand
And,
on
and,
that.
y'all
When
and
you
y'all cut
disrespectful to me, that's what you're gonna
y'all
get.
cut. Y'all disrespected her.
I
Here's the, I'm
was
gonna say
telling
it,
Mac
Drop
be
Queen.
quiet.
I'm gonna say
telling
it.
Mac to
You
be
never
quiet.
see your wrong. You always want to play victim. You never see
Let
when
me
you
know when
goddamn
he's
wrong.
going
You
to
cut
mute
people
so
off.
that I
You
can
be
talk.
rude to people. You be disrespectful to people, and you never see your damn wrong. You always act like you don't do no damn wrong. You were wrong this time. You and Mac cut that young woman off. She wasn't able to finish what she had to say, and you called her a bitch. You older than her. You should know how to know when you're wrong. That's your problem. You don't give a damn. Ain't no disrespect. You disrespected her first.
I did not
you disrespected her first. It don't matter about no age.
Diamond, let
You
me know when I can
disrespected her
speak,
first. You and
please.
Matt. You ain't gonna speak because she asked me. She didn't ask you what happened because you were being rude and disrespectful. You and Matt, and you never
have
own
your
up to when you
opinion.
to your shit. And that's why ain't no opinions. It's what everybody see. 2,000 people seeing your behavior. And you do it every fucking day.
You have
every
your
day
opinion.
you disrespect people and you ain't no opinion. People see it all the time.
Exactly. Did you see the young lady say Shy started it?
You gonna wreck the 18 wheeler you going so
Shy
hard.
ain't started. Shy was
Yes,
talking.
she did. Diamond, let me
Y'all
know when
cut
I'm
her
able
off.
to
You
speak.
rude as hell.
I don't care. When you
She didn't
disrespect me,
call
you
you
gonna
a
be called a
bitch though.
bitch. I don't
All she
care.
said
You
was to shut
disrespect
up.
me, you
Called
gonna
her a
well, don't
bitch
tell me to shut
unprovoked.
up.
You
No,
cut
she
her
told me
off.
shut up. She told me
She
shut
told
up.
you
She
to
not
shut up and you
talking to
called
me.
her a bitch. You think that
She
makes
told
sense?
yes,
That's your big
it
ass
does.
age.
Yes,
She
it
told
does.
you to shut up. You said
Yes,
shut
it
up, bitch.
does. Yes, it
Calling
does.
her a bitch
Don't
at
tell
your
me to
grown
shut
ass
up.
age.
Drop
That's
a
right.
loud
If I'm
song.
old enough to
Shut
be your
up.
Mama, don't tell me to
You a
shut up.
lost cause.
Because I
And I
wasn't
would
even
girl
talking to her.
disrespect the fuck
You
out
a
of
I
you.
lost
wasn't even
You're
cause.
rude.
talking to her.
Yeah, go ahead, mute up. Damn, trying to talk.
Okay, so hold on 1 second. Let me
With this lady.
So someone sent a cash out message. They said Mac cut off Shy, Drop cut off Mac. Shy told Drop to shut the fuck up. Drop
Thank you for
told
telling
her.
the truth. Thank you for telling the
Shut
truth.
the fuck up. She just said
did.
shut up.
Hold on.
She said, shut the fuck up.
They said Drop told her to shut the fuck up, bitch. Drop
One thing I know, I'm not scared of
They both
anybody.
cut off.
So I'm not gonna lie. So I appreciate them for telling the truth. Because I was telling Mac, don't
That
worry
shit
about it,
ain't
Mac.
work.
I'ma handle it.
That
That's
shit
what I
ain't
was
work.
telling Mac. I
You
wasn't
feel
even
like
talking to her, and she came at me.
Both of y'all
I don't give a
was talking
fuck,
at the same
bitch.
time and
Shut
cut
the
her.
fuck
Look,
up,
you did it
bitch.
again. You rude as
Did
hell.
I disrespect you? I'm younger than you.
Don't. Yes, you
You
did. You don't
old as
worry about it if
fuck.
I'm at
You
work.
old as fuck.
Mind
At your
yours.
big ass
Mind
Hold on
yours.
one second. One second.
And the clue
Wait, wait.
and the clue to life is getting my age.
Wait. My
I
assistant
hope
just
I don't act like
hold
your
on.
ass.
Wait a minute. My assistant just sent the replay.
Diamond. And call being aggressive, loud, rude, and all that. But then they won't say it to a light-skinned woman is because they think they're soft and pretty. They will say a lot of this to a dark-skinned black woman, but they're not going to say it to a light-skinned woman. It's because light-skinned black people have privilege.
I tell drop queen she a little too aggressive all the time, so I don't know where you getting that.
Exactly, but we gonna get to it. And drop queen, I'm not talking to you, so shut up. Oh, bitch, fuck you. I wasn't talking to you. Don't come.
Thank you. She just said shut up. One started cursing at that.
I don't care. Don't tell me shut up. Don't tell me nothing negative. If I'm not telling you anything negative, if I'm not telling you anything negative, don't be I cut off Mac to tell him, right, Mac, but I'm going to address it. That's what I said. Right, man, I'm going to address it.
Nobody cares.
You came up to center yourself and it didn't go the way you thought it was gonna go. Now you slide down the wall. The
Girl,
bottom
what am
line
I
is that you
sliding down
came
the
up.
wall for?
You was
Shut the
disrespectful.
fuck up. You just don't like
You was
yourself,
literally
girl.
in the
You don't
comment
like
trying
yourself.
to.
Look, I gotta
When everybody else
I gotta
talk,
drop. Can I
go
say
ahead and
something real
talk,
quick?
Ain't got nothing to
I
do
gotta
with you.
drop.
And so you
I
brought
just
your
want to
big
see.
self up here.
You wrong. You were wrong.
But
Take
look,
your L.
I just
Take
want to
your
see.
L.
Hyenas running from the Mac and D. Join the podcast. They call it Mac and Cheese. How you know she a 304? Let me hit it first night. I got the low. Y'all have a good one.
Please go to hell. Please go to hell.
Somebody, I got a warning. I'm gonna go ahead and drop.
Somebody sent me a cash app message and said, please ask Mac to rap me.
He sent his own cash message out to
He sure did.
Oh no, that was somebody else.
Exactly. They think they know everything. Diamond, can I?
No,
Okay.
your big headed ass think you
Hold
know
on, wait 1
everything.
second. Somebody said drop. We had a great Tuesday. Someone said for the panel, do y'all think Carmel goes the same? Yeah, Carmel goes the same. Hold on. Someone said just waiting on drop to be called aggressive too.
They do. They call me aggressive. They do.
Yeah.
With my big light self, they call me aggressive. But
I don't think
Diamond,
that they should have called you
I
that.
did
I said
ask my Diamond, I did ask my mother. I asked my mother. My mother is darker skinned. I have a daughter that's darker skinned, and my other daughter is light skinned. I have a video with all three of my daughters. Just one daughter is missing, where you can see our different shades. So my mother said, yes, back in her day, that was a thing that she got treated a little different by the older people usually because of her darker skin tone. I asked my daughter, who just made 25, I said, were you ever teased or mistreated or bullied for your darker skin? She said no. She never experienced that. But my 17-year-old daughter, who is lighter skinned, experienced being called clear, light bright, damn near white. So and from my experience, even how they're addressing me now, they inadvertently mistreat us also. We do it to each other for whatever skin tone. I can't negate. Would you shut the fuck up and allow me to talk? You've been up here talking. Can I finish? So Diamond, so what I'm saying is, and just like the gentleman said, at one time the light skinned guys was in, now dark skinned guys is in. So it flips all the time. Because when I was in school, sometimes they like the light skinned guy, but then they say, oh, it's dark skin season, so the dark skin is in. But people do, they even light skinned women, they tell us we stuck up, we think we cute. That's prejudice you putting on us because of our skin tone. But y'all trying to act like we don't experience this stuff also.
This
I
lady
can't negate
claimed
that
to
y'all
love
may
Diamond. You claim
experience
to love Diamond and come up and
again,
center your light skin issues, but you love
again.
Diamond. You're
I gave
weird.
my
You're
experience like
centering
everybody
yourself.
else. No, I gave my experience like
Girl,
everybody
and
else
your
gave my
experience is
experience.
what
Shut
your
the
baby,
fuck up.
and I won't. What
What
your
the
baby going
fuck?
through is bullying.
Stupid
It's not
ass.
colorism. You cussing ain't gonna make it no
It
different. That's
is,
your
it
loud and wrong.
still is because of the color of her skin that they're doing it. It's because the color of my skin. People tell me I'm stuck up.
It's
It's
bullying.
because
It's
the
not
color of my
colorism.
skin.
It's
It's
bullying.
still
It's not
okay.
colorism.
They're still bullying her because of the color
Right.
of her
So say it's
skin.
bullying. It's
Can
not
you?
colorism.
Okay, it's bullying.
What are you
Okay,
confused
it's
about?
anti-blackness. Exactly. It's
Right.
anti-blackness
Colorism is
regardless.
specifically discrimination against darker skin tones.
I
Both are wrong.
understand that.
Both
I
are wrong.
understand
You don't.
that.
You literally said in
Okay,
the
well,
comments
that's what I'm
earlier.
saying.
You're
That's what I'm saying.
lying. You're
I'm
lying.
saying
You
that
said
it
you
should be
keep
a form of
lying.
color.
You
Bitch, I don't
literally
have to
said in
lie
the
to you.
comments earlier that light
Diamond,
skinned
can she
people,
shut the fuck up and let
because you're
somebody else talk? She
lying.
been up
You're
here all
lying.
day. I don't have to lie. You are
Exactly. She
nobody
said
to
in the
me.
comments earlier that
You
light
are
skinned people deal
nobody
with
to
colorism. She's
me.
lying.
You are nobody to me.
Damn, she just up here lying.
You center
Okay,
yourself
but
on
Alex,
every
hold on
panel
1
you are.
second. Hold on 1 second. Please, y'all. One person at a time.
They never want to hear nobody else's experience or perspective. I'm telling you from my perspective what I experience as a light-skinned person. You say from your perspective what you experience as a dark-skinned person. And when I said the word colorism, I know it's towards a dark-skinned person, but it should be towards any person of melanated state who experience racism, prejudice, or whatever because of the tone of their skin.
I'm so
That's
tired
the
of
point that I was
this.
making. I'm telling you, I have to be judged from being light skinned that I'm going to be a certain type of way. And I'm not that way because I'm light skinned. That's the point that I'm making. We all experience some form of it.
Okay. So let me get these cash out messages out. Somebody said drop is not light skin at all. She needs to stop. Someone said
That's
drop.
fine. That's fine.
Good morning, Diamond. I'm gonna hurry up and say something, then jump down if you're done, Diamond.
1 second, honey.
Okay.
Someone said drop. Queen isn't even a real red bone in Florida. Someone said drop. Can you drop yourself? Someone said send your assistants this she the shit. I'm finna send it to her right now. All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Silent.
Okay. I just came up here to say it because I was listening for a few, and I'm like, I grew up in the South. I'm probably the oldest one up here. I did not experience colorism, and I am what they used to call the guys because they loved you was whatever. I'm not saying it, but we were not taught that we were better than more I don't even like to say the word dark. We hung with everybody in our neighborhood. It wasn't that I was better because me and my sister was better because we were whatever. I don't even like to say the word, but mellow yellow is what they used to say too. Okay. So I don't, somewhere it had to be instilled in someone that they are, because they're light or whatever they are better than, dark people. My best friend to this day, we've always just had all colors because we have all colors now, thank God, in my family. Because at one time, my family just looked beige, and I am so glad we have some color in our family now. My great-grandfather was dark, 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 dark. My great-grandmother could have passed for, what, the other thing, YT. She hated YT. She tried to have her children darker. And we knew this as we got older, and she would talk to us and tell us stories, and it was sad, in a way. But what I'm saying is, it's all about your personality to me, because like I said, I have friends that are brown and whatever can go in a room and take it over. And the little whatever, if y'all talking about light skin just sitting in the corner and don't know what to do. So that's, I don't know, honey, where.
Thank you for saying that, because that's what I was trying to say. Nobody arguing against you, but you're saying exactly what I was saying.
So I think it's all a personality thing. And if you know that somebody back when you was growing up and stuff, like I said, we were friends with everybody. We were not taught to be friends with only people, you know what I'm trying to say. I don't even like to say it. We were just friends with everybody, from the lightest to the darkest. We treated them all well. And to this day, I bring in anybody to go out with me, or I'm back down in the South now. I'm no longer up north. So I'm back to my hometown. And it is like that still down here. But I'm hoping me as one person, can let people know it ain't because of your color that you did not get what you needed. It's because you don't know how to talk, girl.
So ignorant. There's literally research behind this. There's studies on all of these things. You darker, you more likely to be incarcerated longer sentences, wrongly convicted. When it comes to the hiring process, you're less likely to be hired. When it comes to how they treat you in the school system, you get reprimanded more than the next person. To say that it's because of how somebody acts, this is why we keep telling Black people.
No, I don't. I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying it ain't because of me. That's all I'm saying.
Silent Angel. Silent Angel, can I agree with you? My friends were all dark skinned, and they all got more dates than I did. To the point that where I went to my mother like, Mama, why they getting all the dates? I don't get any dates. So I don't know. Maybe it's where you're from, maybe, because I'm from the South too, and I'm like you. We didn't look at none of that stuff. My mama said in their time when it was transition from racism and all this color stuff they had going on in the 50s and 60s, she said, yeah, it was like that. She even said it's not even like that for her now. This is what my mother just told me. I got off the phone. I got out alive and went and asked my mother, like I told Diamond I would, and that's what I did. So we didn't even look at that amongst our friends. And they teased the light-skinned people more than the dark-skinned people.
Okay, so
the dark-skinned people were more favored. But that's just our personal experiences that we're talking about. We're just talking about our, not negating what they're saying, just our personal experience. And I agree with you, Silent Angel.
Can I say something?
Hold on, wait, y'all, wait. Let me get these cash out messages. Someone said, Diamond, I got love for you no matter what. Someone else said, Alex, so disrespectful to Drop is so annoying. Someone says, for folk have issues with Drop, maybe she should self-reflect. Someone also said, for Drop, please stop centering yourself. You're too old.
It's given. We need to do a little bit of shadow work.
So what I wanted to
It's
say,
given you need to do shadow work. That's what you need to do.
You ate that
Because
up,
you come from me real hard. You come from me real hard every time I'm on this panel. Every time I'm on a panel, every time I'm on a panel, you coming for me. That's something personal, boo. Deal with your self-esteem issues. I'm not the problem you're dealing with colorism. I don't have a problem with color.
You know I don't care.
Colored
Come on now, you
people.
wasting
Your
your time.
colorism is your issue.
All right, have a good one.
Love yourself, honey. Love yourself. Love to love yourself.
I love
and the skin
myself.
you're in.
Love
You
yourself
don't.
and mute up.
Because
Let
you
her
wouldn't
go.
be coming for me every time you
just
see
said
me.
I don't love my skin. Diamond, I'm finna light this bitch up.
Diamond, I just want
I
to tell
said you
you.
don't
Just
love
let me
yourself.
finish, and y'all can
Love
light
the
up
skin you're
everybody.
in. I said
You
you
just
don't
said
love
that I don't like
yourself.
myself. Now
I
I'm
said
about to
you
get
don't
into
love
what I want at
yourself.
first.
Love yourself in the
ladies,
skin
can I
you're
say
in,
You know,
honey.
stop telling me how to respond. You're not about to tell me that I don't love myself when you have to pay for friendship. Because nobody likes you in real life, you got to pay
Girl,
to be
you
liked.
don't know
So
who
don't
likes
ever
me
think
in
you're
real
about to come
life.
for me.
This is
You done
TikTok.
lost
I don't
your
have to live
everlasting
like
mind.
this. You on
You
every
got your
panel
goofy
arguing
ass
with
up here.
everybody every
You
day.
have
That's
your
all you
clown ass
do.
up
You
here.
broken
Drop.
and bitter and
I'm bitter.
miserable.
I'm
Yes,
bitter.
ma'am, you
I'm
are.
bitter,
Don't
but you're
hate
my
me.
mother's age and you
Don't hate.
argue with
It
people
does
that
not
just
matter.
got their life
Yes,
to
ma'am,
drink.
and I
You're a
will.
clown. Are you
Disrespect has
insane?
no age, and I'm not going to continue saying that.
Drop,
If you're going to be a
baby.
You
Literally
disrespectful ass
beautiful
just
bitch,
came
ass
I'm
up
going to
women.
here.
treat
You
you
know
like
Hold
that
that.
on,
both of y'all
anybody.
is cute as hell. I
This
just
nigga,
want to tell you, Buck,
this
y'all is
nigga
some
just said
beautiful
I'm
ass
bitter. I'm
women.
bitter, but
Good
you come on
God.
the panel every day to try to win your seat at the table. The
Alex.
reality is, Drop,
Yeah.
I don't disagree with everything you have to say, but what you don't realize is you live in a world of delusions, and I don't know why nobody told you yet. You truly believe that you do nothing wrong. You came up here today, you disrespected Shy, you disrespected dark-skinned women, you centered yourself, you think you be
Girl,
eating
I
the
didn't
plate. The
disrespect
plate
no
still be full.
dark-skinned
That's the
women. How
problem.
did
It
I
still be full.
disrespect
You're
dark-skinned women? I didn't
disrespectful.
Shy
And then you're
disrespected me,
mad,
and she
and then
got
you're so
me
salty.
disrespecting at her.
You
She didn't
got
have to
salty
address
to the
me at
point.
all.
Then
She
you
didn't
got
have to
salty
address
to
me at
where, let me
all.
tell
You
you,
just
Drop.
run your mouth. That's all
Drop.
you do.
Then you got
Run your
mad.
mouth. You
Then you got
argumentative. You
mad.
argumentative
You
with
ran.
every person
You
that
ran.
you in a
Drop.
panel with. You're aggressive, over assertive. Every panel that you're in, you're the
You're not
same
even
way.
in my
You're
panels. I'm
never
blocked. So what are
mild.
you
You're
talking
never
about?
calm down. Your temperament and
But why are you
temperatures are
calling her
always the
aggressive?
same. She is
So
aggressive. Her
Why are
tone
you
is
calling her
Now I'm
aggressive,
aggressive? But
ma'am.
aggressive.
It has
you're
nothing to do with her
aggressive.
color. It has nothing to do with her
You're
color.
It was
aggressive.
Ma'am, y'all attack me as soon as I hit this panel. I don't want to hear that bullshit.
it was already it
As
was
soon as I
already
hit
it
this
Can I
was
say
panel,
what I was
she
gonna
attacked
say
you
now?
me.
literally
Because of the
proving
stuff
what
you were saying
colorism
in the
looks like. This
comments
is
is
literally
not
what
just what you were
colorism is.
saying up
Like
here.
She don't know
that's
I
what I
just
just
was saying
wanted
in the
to
comments. I
finish so
was
I
saying
can
it from
drop
my
out the box and
perspective, and I
Diamond
have
can
a
have
right to
empty
give my
box.
perspective.
But we up here talking about dark skinned people and colorism, and you jumped in like, well, light skinned people. It's giving.
Okay, because there's another perspective.
It's giving
There's another
all lives
side.
matter. Like
It's
we
another
talking about the pain
side.
and
Okay,
suffering
that's
of
fine. And
darker
Diamond
skinned
let me in
people,
her
and you
box.
jump
Who the
up
fuck
here
are you to
with,
try
well,
to
light
shut me
skinned
up?
people go
And
through
Diamond
this.
let
That's
me
not what
in
we're
her
talking about
box.
right now.
And Diamond let
That's
me
not
in
what we're
her
talking
box
about right now.
where
Stop
I brought
centering
it up.
yourself.
Okay, well, you didn't tell
Stop
Silent Angel
centering
that, and because
yourself.
Silent Angel said the exact same thing I
Stop
said. Y'all
centering
just have a problem
yourself.
with
But
me.
you do
But
this
that
every
problem with me,
day.
but that problem with
So I
me
will
is not me, it's you. That's
It's
you. That's
not.
something
You always
personal.
think
Do
the
your
problem is
shadow work.
everybody
Do
I'm
your
just
else.
inner
You
blown away that
healing,
need
she
to be
got
ma'am.
so
self-reflecting. You
she
too
got so
old.
she
You
because
are
she got
too
so
old
mad
to
that
be
she turned
acting
around
like
and
this. Like you are my mother's age.
Keela.
Like you are too
But
old
Keela,
to be
check
acting
this
like
out.
this.
She got so mad that she told me that I don't like myself and my looks because she couldn't actually debate me. She turned around and tell me I'm insecure. That's what I'm saying. You're not
Girl,
intelligent
but
enough for this convo.
you talk
You're
up
not
everything
intelligent
about
enough for the
me.
Diamond
convo.
was
So just
about
Girl,
to
drop.
you've
say
been
something.
insulting me
You
since
try
I
to hit
got
me
up
when
here.
I
What are
don't
you
think I'm
talking
pretty.
about? You've
Miss
been up here
Diamond
being
was about to
Can I?
insulting
say something.
me since I got up here.
yeah,
Miss
because I'm gonna have
Diamond
to
was
rotate
really
soon.
about to say
This
something.
is dry.
I'm a done. I'll rotate. Let me just say one thing. Alexandria, I didn't mean no disrespect or anything. I'm just talking about my experience that my family did not have us tell us, no, don't play with that person or this, that, and the other. That's just my experience, So that's all I was trying to say. I know there are probably studies. I'm just going by what I was raised around and things like that. And I hate that it is still that way because I moved back down south 5 years ago and I'm here and I look at people like to say, you are free now, so it is. I meant no disrespect to anyone. It sometimes comes out wrong, because you got to think I'm older. I don't have all them, them right words and things that I try to talk to my son who's 25. He tried to tell me, Mom, you can't say that no more. You got to say this. I'm like, God dang, just make me confused then. But I love all y'all. Let's have some peace, women. And we're older and we gotta just respect it. Sometimes just listen. We don't have to react all the time. Drop. I'm not disrespecting you
Oh
either
yeah,
because
you
I
are
don't put you
disrespecting
on
me
my
because
ass
I'm going
either.
to react. I'm going to react. I'm
Oh,
not gonna let someone younger than me or older than me think they can disrespect me and get away with it. That's the problem. They've been disrespecting their parents and everybody else in their community, and they think they can get up here and do it to people that they don't know. They're not
I
going to
never
do it to me.
disrespect my
They're
parents.
not going
I
to
don't
do it to me.
disrespect people in
They're
my
not going to
community
do
unless
it to
they
me.
disrespect me. So I don't know who you're
You
talking
good
about.
over there, Miss Diamond?
well, I'm getting ready to drop, and I want to
All right.
say thank you, Diamond, again, and I'll see you on the big screen soon. All right.
Have a great one. All right. So listen, dropping Alex, I'm gonna need y'all to allow others to talk. Somebody said drop and go and drop, go and work. Somebody said, why is Drop acting like she isn't dark skinned herself? Somebody said Alex needs to love herself and stop projecting. All right. We do have others on the panel. Go ahead, Mr. Washington.
You know, like that. Going back to what you're talking about, that light skin, dark skin was more like the passing. It's almost like those individuals are like Al B. Sure and Wesley Snipe type. And I understand, yeah, drop what Miss Drops is saying with like her complexion, but you're not really. We wouldn't be considered passing when they're talking about that. Those red bones, that's more that way. Those individuals, and then there were differences, and that's really explaining those. That I'm up here just for the conversation. I ain't gonna finna go back and forth with nobody on that. But that passing part is where if you were in the house, they sent you to the house. They didn't send you to the field. If you burnt up in the sun, you went in the house. You went, and then those that didn't burn up, you kind of stayed out there in those fields. That's what more of this light skin, dark skin, and then like that study that she was talking about. That study was on treatment. The white child, when she brought I think it was Miss Kayla when she brought up that study, that was those kids were looking at how they were being taught, how they were being treated. So they would reach over for the white child because the white child wasn't treated as fair as were was treated differently because of the color. And then when that light skin, that it goes more to that, not so much where we're at right now. But I'm with y'all on what we're talking about, I guess.
Um, okay, so go ahead, Tisha.
Hey y'all. So this is what I'm gonna say. Like I've been caramel chocolate mocha latte for a long time. And I've always had quote unquote they say pretty girl privileges.
Hi, you guys. I just had to jump on here and share.
And so it's behooves me to know that y'all are arguing over who should be considered lighter skin or darker skin. Just love your skin. And it's just crazy how some people can just go on and on over the most ignorant things in life. Like, if you're chocolate, embrace it. I'm sorry, somebody didn't teach you growing up that you're pretty, you're not pretty because you're one particular color or the other. Sorry for your upbringing. Baby, just love your shit. Stand on your shit. Be in your shit. Embrace your love. Nothing else should matter. So,
In the go ahead, my fault. But I
so
was
as
gonna
a
say, like in
chocolate
this
woman,
discussion, but not like in this discussion, the treatment though, that colorism that we're actually talking with, that Miss Diamond was talking in this topic, you were treated different.
but Mr. Washington, you can say that as a dark-skinned woman, I was treated differently, but I was also treated differently because I had pretty girl privileges too. But
That's
I'm not
and
gonna
then
let
that's
that
those
be.
individuals seeing past your color, and you saying pretty good. That's great. That's awesome. I'm glad that should have happened. That's supposed to happen between us. I would agree with you. But there's a lot of individuals that actually deal with this and have dealt with this throughout there. And Miss Diamond has given experiences of that, of just with her friendships between others. Now you can say that you're like your complexion, but that individual that is also more passing, more red than or more lighter than you, she probably would be treated differently based on that. It actually happened.
I'm not saying it didn't happen. It's just the
That's the
point that they
discussion. That's the
carry.
discussion. That's what
But they're
that's what you're
they're
talking
carried
about.
on like right now because of the skin color, or you're more aggressive or you're less aggressive, or your hair is this way or that way. Baby, if you got kinky hair, you could do way more styles with kinky hair than you could do what they consider quote unquote good hair. If you got chocolate skin, when you put on a pretty dark skin, put some colors on some dark skin colors, like some oranges, some yellows, some reds, it's gonna pop lighter. So just embrace that. Don't consider
And
yourself,
some
oh,
individuals will, and just as a reference, somebody may say you might be dressed up for Halloween.
but look
That
at
on that
Miss
real
V over
that
there working her
I'm
shit
just
right
giving you
now
an
because of her
example. I'm
pretty
not trying to
chocolate
argue with. I'm
skin.
just saying for an example. That's all.
I agree
Also,
with you
also,
there. I agree
also,
with you.
also, I got a cash out message. Someone says, "Drop old shy an apology."
I don't owe her no
Get it, Miss
apology. She
Pooh.
told me to
Get
shut
it,
up. You
Miss
don't tell
Pooh.
me to shut
Get
up.
it, Miss
You
Pooh.
can't be serious.
Okay, I gotta go because
You
this
don't
one
tell
right
me to
here is
shut
too
up.
annoying.
But there, I agree with
Well,
you.
stop
That's what I was
interrupting
saying
me.
about
I
my
wouldn't
dark
say
skinned
that.
daughter.
So no.
I wasn't talking to you. Can you
Here we
not
go.
understand that? I
You're
already
not
said
going
I
to
was talking
interrupt
to
me
Mac.
again. So shut up.
I
There,
was
I said
talking
it.
to Mac.
So you
I was talking to
disrespected me,
Mac.
but so I told you
I was
on mute
talking
when I was
to
trying to
Mac.
speak.
I was talking to Mac.
Y'all, hold on 1 second. Someone says, need to talk. She been waiting forever. On TV, what you got, honey?
She on a
I'm
good
on my
time.
way out the door, unfortunately running late for a funeral for a good friend of mine. But I could not run out the door looking like a whole snake without, commenting on this conversation. I want to say that I was born in Las Vegas. I was raised in Georgia for 50 years. I spent there. I experienced all of it. I don't know if I'm even considered red bone, caramel, light. I don't know. It never mattered to me, but I did see some of my friends go through this. I can't say that because I'm 61, sexy, single, songwriter. I'm very spoken. I've always been like that since I was a young girl. I grew up in a area where, Cartersville, Georgia, which is about 30 miles from 30 minutes from Atlanta, with traffic about an hour and 30. But I want to say that I was just trying to recollect some of the things that we experienced as children. I don't ever remember um, us as a group of kids, and it was about 25 of us that played together in the community, calling the other kids names. I'm not going to say that it didn't happen because I know it happened, because like the other young lady that was up there that said she was probably the oldest one on the panel, and she said that it never happened in the South for her. But I won't say is she did say that her parents or someone was the color of the other people. Well, my great grandmother, I had and my great grandmother, her mother was a complete YT woman. So she looked like a YT woman, but she made it very clear that she wanted a chocolate dipped man. So my great grandfather was a dark man. So my grandfather and his sisters, is 14 of them, 14 dark. Some of them came out light. Some of them came out red bone. But I'm going to say this, we all loved each other. I'm not going to say that, I don't remember the conversations of us picking on the other people. I'm not going to say it didn't happen. But I want to say to the fact that even if that happened or it didn't happen, for us to be up here on this panel, and talking ill will to each other. Y'all, life is so short. I just want to say I love each and every one of you. And I want to leave today by kissing you on your eyelids and suggesting that some of you go and try that. Is the bomb. It'll calm you on down. It's like drinking wine. Just go ask your man or your girl or whatever you have. Some of you may have puppies or cats. Get them to kiss your eyelids. And with that being said, I love each and every one of you. Go and be great today. I love you. Blessings. Thank you, Diamond. And y'all tell me I'm looking like a whole snack. Thank you, Diamond. I love you. I got to go. I'm running late for the funeral. Blessings.
Have a good one.
We're all beautiful. We're all beautiful. We're all beautiful. All shades. We're all beautiful. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Shy, Brett, y'all want to chime in because I do got to rotate.
Yes. I just want us always to keep in mind when we come down to our anecdotal experiences about what we experience on our skin tone that colorism is a systemic issue. It's a direct result of racism. It acts just like racism. Um, if for those of you that ever stepped to an automatic sink and stuck your hands under it and it did not work and you went down the whole line and you were having trouble with the sink until you turned your hand over to its palm. Colorism. It was not tested on darker skin tones, the sensor for those automatic sinks. So it will not work on darker skin tones. Even the contactless thermometer that we used during COVID, it was not picking up accurately on darker skin complected people. And so a lot of us just didn't know our temperature during that time. So colorism is a lot deeper than people saying, oh, this happened because I was this skin tone and people picked on me for this skin tone. It affects every aspect of darker complected people's lives. So we can't sum that down to bullying because it's so much more than that. It's a system of oppression. And I just really want people to take that away from this conversation and do research on colorism and how it affects people and stop reducing it to bullying and dating because it's so much more. That preference that you have for skin tones and dating turns to a preference for who should be taught, turns to a preference for who should be fed, who should live where, who should be taught. And that's all I land.
Somebody said, we aren't chocolate. Leave those terms to the white people. All right, Brad, I'm gonna rotate you. Drop honey, you done? I do gotta rotate. Killer, I gotta rotate. Shy, you want to?
Okay, yes, I'm done. I agree with Auntie V. I just like I said, my daughter's never experienced. I just don't even see that when I look at Black women. I just love melanated people. So I just don't even look at that. And unfortunately that y'all have to deal with that. It's not right. And I don't think we should be judging each other. The man judges us by our skin tone. We shouldn't judge each other by our skin tone, good or bad, light or dark. We just who we are. And then just love the skin you're in. Y'all have a good day.
Shy, would you like to chime in, Shy?
Am I echoing?
No,
Okay. All I gotta say is that there's a lot to unpack, and the entire Black community needs some therapy. And to the people who lie on my name, y'all could kiss my Black. Y'all know what I mean. To the weird end, because y'all wait, one thing's for sure and two things at the same time. Y'all not gonna lie on my name and try to act like I did start this. So I ain't got nothing much to say. So y'all have a good day.
Thank you, Shy.
Can I go?
Go ahead.
Okay. What shocks me and what behooves me is that whenever we have conversations about anti-Blackness, racism, we all understand what's going on. But whenever dark-skinned women are talking about colorism, we all don't know what's happening. If a white person was to come on the stage and tell us that, oh, racism goes both ways and you didn't experience that, get over it, that was 400 years ago, we all will be on attack mode and we will all be disrespecting that white person. But whenever a dark-skinned woman, specifically multiple dark-skinned women, have been on this panel experience saying the same things over and over that they have experienced, and it's very similar to one another, you guys are telling us to get over it. Bottom line is that colorism does not go both ways. You're light skin, you don't experience that. As a dark skinned woman who has European centric features, I'm not going to experience the same type of colorism that a dark skinned woman with Afrocentric features experiences. So when they're talking about futurism, I can never jump in that conversation because I did not experience that. Y'all triggered me.
You don't feel that it went both ways?
Say that again.
You said you don't feel that it went both ways. Why do you feel that way? If you don't mind me asking.
Colorism does not go both ways. I'm so sorry.
Why do you say that though?
Because I'm a dark skinned woman. I have light skinned women friends. I'm from Miami. When me and my light skinned women friends are walking into a club, I have been turned down before because I don't fit the aesthetic or the look of the club, when we all know
that's colorism. I have posted my pictures on this app multiple times on different platforms. People don't believe that it's me, and they will consider that I'm catfish because they don't believe that dark-skinned woman looks pretty. I have been told multiple times, "Oh, you're very pretty for a dark-skinned woman, but I will never date you because you're too dark." I have been turned down when I'm talking in medical fields. I used to work in a medical field. I got arrested, so that's a different situation. And working in the medical field, a lot of dark-skinned women, they do not believe that they're experiencing the same type of pain when they're experiencing about pain because they are of the darker skin tone, because medical books will tell you that dark-skinned women will experience, depending on the shade of your skin tone, you will experience, you are okay with experiencing, you will tolerate more pain than somebody of the lighter skin tone. I hope that makes sense. Colorism does not go both ways. It will never go both ways. If you can walk.
Hang on just 1 second.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
with that brown paper bag, it was used for that. For some areas, that brown paper bag, if you weren't lighter than that bag, you weren't accepted for certain things.
And that's what I'm saying, Mr.
Okay, so now, but you said
Colorism
it
does not
won't.
go both ways. A
That's
light
where
skinned
it was.
person does not.
But how does just by knowing that? But for someone to be black and then also they put that brown paper bag next to you and say, "We'll accept you into nations or we'll accept you into these societies because of your color, you being lighter that way." They would
Yeah, because you're in
discriminate those
closer
individuals.
proximity
They
to
would
whiteness.
Exactly.
discriminate you. Say it again.
So y'all hold
Because
on
you.
1 second.
Oh, sorry.
Let's shot message real quick. Someone said, if colorism doesn't exist, why are so many dark-skinned people policing this?
Miss Adams, you gotta mute. We can't hear Miss Diamond.
So
Did y'all hear me?
Nah,
yes,
we
ma'am.
couldn't. I wasn't able to hear you.
So someone said, if colorism do not exist, why are so many dark-skinned people bleaching their skin?
Because, well, yeah, that's an excellent point. But I was saying, the paper bag test was created for one to help oppressing darker skinned black people or darker skinned people of other races. But also, if you match the paper bag or you were lighter than the paper bag, you were more accepted into society.
Exactly.
So, like for lighter skinned black people, we are in closer proximity to whiteness, so they're going to accept us no matter what.
Let's talk about fraternities. A lot of
for
fraternities wouldn't accept darker skin tone women because they didn't fit the look and the aesthetic to the point where darker skin tone women had to create their own fraternities
What you
to
mean?
be accepted.
So, but wait, hang on. Just with that one, some
Speaking
of
of
them were that.
fraternities, do y'all remember how much backlash that Debrat and the Jew got so much when they picked that person that he had a baby from that was I think that person was YT. Y'all remember all the backlash that they got for that? Go ahead.
So that just like when we say in their sororities, that brown paper bag that you were considered, if you were lighter, you were more like the AKAs. The darker that you were, it was your more deltas and the other ones. So that brown paper, that was us doing that. That wasn't them doing that. That was us. So when you say that, that's where I'm saying it goes both ways. So
It
like
does
for
not go
that,
both ways. It does
say
not go
what?
both ways. Darker skin tone people
Okay,
are
so
not
so you
implementing.
don't understand what I'm saying then?
We understand what you're saying, Mr. Washington,
So
but I feel like
how is that? So if
it
that's
does
us
not go
doing it,
both.
wait, if that's
Mr.
us
Washington,
doing, if
dark
that's
skinned people are not the ones doing it. Lighter
what do
skin
you
tone
mean?
people, and we're not. Dark skinned women have not
Okay,
created.
but
Has not created the system. Dark skinned women are not the ones separating us and telling you, "Hey, don't join no AKA, or don't do this and don't do that." Dark skinned women are not the one doing this. Unfortunately, majority of the reason why you guys are doing this is because of white supremacy. One
okay,
and two,
but you
because you guys have internalized color. Oh my
you
God, I can't.
okay, but you're that color was used for that. That's someone black doing it. It's not no one white doing it. That's someone black. That's also
Do you
like
know
so
what
in
But
colorism is?
Mr. Washington, just because someone is just because
We're
someone
being
is
very
black does
ignorant
not
today.
mean that you
and
doesn't
you
mean
would
that
be
you
just as
experience
bright
colorism.
too,
You
buddy.
you can be black and you can experience
Nigga, I don't
anti-blackness
give a
and you can
fuck. You
experience
sound stupid.
racism, but you
The
can
fuck is you
as
talking
a
about?
oh my God.
These dumbass niggas today, man. Child.
Okay,
Listen, Listen, you don't understand what colorism is. It doesn't go both ways. I don't know why
I
people
can
say
understand.
it.
I can understand you doing it, and that's a great opinion.
That's
for yourself.
fine. Stop sounding
Yeah,
fucking
thank you.
stupid.
So thank you for that. So just like you doing what you're doing right now, I appreciate you doing it because I expect that out of you. But like in a discussion, though, like it's just a discussion.
I'm sorry, yeah, I talk fast because I have anxiety. But what I'm trying to explain to you, Mr. Washington, is that dark skinned people were not the ones that were doing those type of things to light skinned people. We're not the ones who are going into classrooms or teaching dark skinned kids. A lot of dark skinned boys are even saying that they don't want to have dark skinned kids because they don't want to experience some of the things that they're experiencing. We're not the ones creating fraternities saying that if you're a light skin, if you're a dark light skin, you can't come into my facility. That was a light skinned person doing that. Just because you are black does not, just because, yes, you're black, you experience anti-blackness, but as a light skinned person or of lighter tones, you do not experience colorism. Colorism is only for dark skinned people. If you can go into the Mac Sephora and you can just pick your shade off the counter, when we had to wait years for someone to even create a shade that accepts, because they said that we would black women were, dark skinned women were of the priority or wasn't buying makeup when we were, but all of us was NW55. You did not experience some of the things that you experienced. If you're not, like I'm saying, I can go into depths with this. If you really want me to, because I can talk about how the medical field is literally annihilating dark skinned women at an alarming rate because of melanin, because of their dark skin, or they're simply not being taken seriously because they in the medical book it says that if you are of darkest hue, you experience your pain tolerance is way higher than a light skin tone person. Colorism does not go both ways, and I need you guys to understand that, because a white person can come up here and say racism goes both ways, you will be upset.
If I may interject, I kind of just sat back and listened a bunch. What's up, Diamond? What's up, everybody?
Fine, man.
So I'm just going to speak strictly on anecdotal experience, but I do agree with what they're saying in terms of the history of colorism and the fraternities and everything. I'm more brown skin, right? But this is also interesting, which I've noticed, depending on the type of year, um, literally what season it is, I get discriminated against because based upon my skin tone. When I'm out in the sun more doing landscaping on the side, obviously I get darker. I get what's called a farmer's tan. You know what I'm saying? And so I get treated slightly differently. I notice that versus when I'm a little bit lighter around the wintertime, it's slightly different. Now, I do experience racism like every single black person on this planet, but that literally is something that you can think about, right? Those of us who work outside, you know, our melanated skin is darker, you know, when we stand in the sun doing whatever it is that we do, labor jobs, construction jobs, whatever the case is. But you get that lighter tone, it's like you don't even realize it, quite frankly. And that also was true. You know, I got accused of being a catfish one time when I was on a dating app because I didn't realize a picture I had on my profile, you know, was around wintertime. I wasn't in the sun, obviously, a lot. Um, but you know, I had a darker shade. Yo, and I show up, this girl was like, "Damn, you darker than I expected." I was like, "Damn," you know what I'm saying? So I just want to say that stuff is 100% true. And I do think that if you're a lighter skinned person or light brown skin, you generally don't understand. Just like white folks do not understand racism, they just don't. I'm just gonna say it is what it is.
But that's the thing though, Five Man. There's darker skinned people in the comments, even saying that light skinned black people can experience it. So I'm very confused because
Well, yeah,
they consider y'all more aggressive. Like yes, we're both black, but when it comes down to it, they're going to criminalize y'all at a higher rate because of the shade of your melanin. Like I don't know why people not getting it.
Hello, excuse me. I experienced that. And I'm still experience that to this day where I live at. Okay. The dark skinned women come at me because I'm light skinned and I'm built. Okay. And I experienced that. Okay. So it's not just
What you
black women
experience?
experience. I experienced black women coming at me talking about, oh, you light skin. I had a female said to me as I'm walking minding my business, I don't like you because you're light skin. And I was looking at her like, oh, sweetheart, you got a personal issue. You need to look in the mirror and handle that. Okay. And I kept on pushing. And then I'm watching all the other people, all the females, and they feel the same way. So it's not just no dark skinned people that's going through this. And truth be told, even back then in those centuries up until now, it's they use that black card or the color card as a tool because they know it triggers you. Okay. But truth be told, it is what they feel inside about themselves that they're projecting off on you, because they are fools and foolishness. So why feed into that? Because the truth of the matter is, if we all looked alike, then we will have a problem. I don't have no problem. I have friends of all races, all color. Okay. And I have never experienced that, but until I moved on my block.
Ma'am, we're talking about how Black women, dark skin tone women are dying at an alarming rate because of their skin complexion, how we're not allowed in certain fraternities, how discrimination took place on us, how we weren't even allowed to get off the shades of makeup, but you're talking about people bullying you.
First of all,
No,
Q,
not you.
in my
I know we were talking about
in my college,
but that's not colorism.
in my college, females was
Women.
of all colors, and dark skin, brown skin, light skin, white, Caucasian, whatever, and they still was coming at people because they're ignorant.
Ma'am, okay.
So I think,
but you
Q, if
acknowledge
I
that
might
it's
go
ignorance,
ahead.
but you didn't experience colorism, which is what we're having a conversation about. We specifically laid out to you how colorism happens towards dark-skinned women, and you're talking about a bunch of dark-skinned women who were bullying you. You did not experience colorism. Colorism, it goes deeper than just somebody saying, "Oh, you think you light-skinned, you think you're pretty, or you think that's not what colorism is." It actually it goes deeper. There are countries who are being annihilated, and they're saying that they're going to erase dark-skinned people because they want to erase melanin. There are countries who are like it goes deeper than that. I'm sorry.
Can I read something real quickly? Oh, that's Mr. March. Go ahead.
By definition, is a prejudice against a color. Doesn't matter
That's
which
not the
one it is.
definition.
If you look at the definition, and it's usually towards darker colors.
Darker
Those
skin
individuals that are
complexion.
light, but those individuals that are also light skinned, they do the same thing, sir. You're saying that
So
one
we're
can't be true,
redefining
but it
words,
can't
sir.
be true.
So, Mr. Washington, quick question for you. Are you saying, and I just want to understand completely what you're saying. Are you saying that you believe that systemically light skinned folks have been systemically fucked with by dark skinned folks based upon their color?
It happens. Doesn't happen
Systemically.
often, but
Systemically,
it has
Well,
happened.
okay,
So
wait, hold on,
why is
Fire.
that
I
the
just
focus
wanted to
when?
read something real quickly. So
well, may I?
this is off of UGAtoday.org. Colorism is a form of discrimination, typically within a racial ethnic group, favoring people with lighter skin over those with darker skin. The pernicious form of discrimination is often overshadowed in discussions about racism, but it affects a broad swath of people across multiple populations. A new study by University of Georgia researchers explored the present-day impact of colorism, provides case studies of the effect of skin tone on U.S. politics, and discusses the appropriation of skin color seen in transracial performances, as well as the global skin lightening industry. Researcher Vanessa Gollin says the effects of colorism can be devastating within and across communities. Several studies since 2006 have documented how darker skin and associated with longer prison sentences for the same crime, decreased mental and physical health, lower marital rates for women, lower wages for men and immigrants, and lower perceived intelligence. So by this, how are light skinned black people being disenfranchised due to the complexion? Because if someone's telling you that you're a light bright or that you're not black enough, that's anti-blackness or the erasure of you. Because a lot of black people, especially within the African American community, they do that to lighter skinned people because we have a proximity. I had a brother tell me on the live the other day that I have a white parent because I'm light skinned. That's anti-blackness to assume that someone who has a lighter skin complexion is black, but it's not colorism. That's a different intersection of oppression for black people, especially like darker skin black people. So like yourself or Ms. Diamond, they will assume that y'all have a higher chance of catching a particular kind of disease Or they may also assume that y'all are criminals because of how y'all present in society. Or they may also assume that y'all are part of a gang because of how you perceive. They won't have me, how I operate. They won't assume that about me. Even with me being black, they won't assume that I'm a criminal because of how I present. And I
So
never
Jay,
got that.
excuse me, Jay. So you don't feel that that is ignorant?
I acknowledge that it's anti-blackness. I did. Like, yes, it is ignorant to even assume. It's ignorant overall to assume that about a black person, period, right? But however, due to the fact of how colorism is a branch off of racism, and a lot of our people are anti-black, a lot of them assume that about one another. And white tea people also feed into that narrative as well. I don't disagree that it's ignorant.
So that's why I said
Also,
earlier that it falls under the same umbrella. Obviously, this whole conversation is actually depressing, but I'm glad we are able to have the conversation without trying to demean somebody else. I'm not going to sit up here and act like that I'm a fan of someone else that is a darker skin trying to shun down somebody that's lighter skin. It feels the same. It has the same effect regardless. And being able to acknowledge that
Hey,
is
Diamond.
one step
Hey, let me get in
closer
on
to growth.
this.
so
Let a dark
so
motherfucker who don't give a damn get in this.
uh,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead, bro.
Yeah. So y'all, hey, look, Black to the
You came up here to fight.
look, hey, fall back.
You came
Fall
up here
back,
to
bro.
you came up here to
Fall
fight.
back, bro. Let me handle my business and then you can
Hey,
pop
let
off.
him get it out, bro. Let him get it out.
Bro, you weak sauce. You coming for me? I ain't even saying nothing.
Go ahead,
But
Casey. Go ahead.
hey, all y'all need to get over it, man. You dark skin, you light skin. Who gives a fuck, man?
Society, you stupid
It's all
motherfucker. That's why
about.
we
Hold
having a
up,
fucking
fall
conversation.
back, man.
You sound
Fall
fucking
back.
stupid.
See, you
The
got
host is trying
disrespectful
to
to
have
do
a
that.
conversation. Nigga,
Look,
this ain't your
look.
platform.
See,
Y'all
this
need
guy
to
right
y'all
here.
need to get over this, man. Y'all need to
Get
get
over
over this,
what?
man.
Get over right.
Being
Get over what?
emotional.
Get over
Being
what?
emotional dude
You wanna
and female.
know why you a sad ass person?
Look,
Because I just sat here and said it's very nice to be able to have
and
a
shut up, bro.
conversation that's
You been
open.
talking about
But
nothing.
you
About your crying
come up
ass,
here.
talking about some light skin, dark skin. Look, all y'all need to
That's
get
the
over.
topic. That's
You
the whole
are
topic.
who
If
they
you're
say
not
you
chiming
are.
in, so if you're
You
not
are.
chiming into the topic, how about you drop
why you
down?
talking?
If
Why
you're
you
not
talking?
Hold on.
comfortable
Hey,
about
y'all.
the
Hold on.
conversation,
Hey,
you
real
don't
quick.
have to do
bro.
that.
Hey,
Too
You ain't
damn
gotta do
emotional,
that.
man.
Hold on. Hey, Mello.
I'm tired of these
Mello,
Coming
let
for the
him
man that's
sensitive ass
yelling at
dudes,
somebody
bro.
that don't even know who's talking.
Mello, let
That's
him get it
crazy.
out, bro. Just let him get it out.
Hey,
He
this
gonna
ain't your
talk.
show. This ain't your show, man. Shut up. God damn.
You got it, big guy.
Oh, that's the problem here, man.
Okay, Casey.
All y'all want to be diamond. Y'all can't get on that level. So
What the fuck are you talking about? You stupid
Yeah,
ass
yeah,
nigga.
hey,
We was
fall
over
yeah,
here
hey,
having a
whoa,
conversation
fall back
hold
before
up,
you
hold
and
up,
even
wait your
came in.
turn.
You
Fall,
fuck nigga.
get
Javon,
back in line,
You
you
fuck
little,
nigga
you
coming
little
up here saying
kid.
that
Javon,
dumb
hold
shit.
up, hold up,
Little kid, get
Javon.
back in
Stupid
line.
ass shit.
Hello,
Okay.
guys. Diamond is trying to talk. Diamond is trying to
I
talk.
can't even get my words out.
Diamond is trying to talk, Casey, baby.
Wait a minute.
Hey,
Hold on.
all y'all small fry.
Casey, what that got to do with the topic right now?
I'm trying. Hey, Diamond, I was trying to get it in, but they want to come for me. But you know,
Okay,
I gotta.
so we listen.
All right. Oh, okay. It's on me. All right, cool.
We listen.
So hey, y'all need to get over this. It's you. We're in our late 40s, whatever. I'm in my late 40s. Let me speak for myself. Who gives a crap, man? Y'all still reminiscing back in high school. Oh, I couldn't do this because
Nigga, you wear a t-shirt with your suit. Your suit is off your fucking.
Wait. Hold on. Wait. Hold
That
on.
a man? Who was that? A man or a female talking to me? I don't even know. The way he came at me, I thought it was a female.
Okay, hold on. Wait, Casey. Because they paid to drop you, you gotta say this. Put this in your final words. Go ahead.
Oh, shout out to the Big D. You know what I mean? You know how we get down, D. You know I rock with you. But yeah, man. Hey, all y'all reminiscing back to childhood. Hey, get over it. You dark, I'm dark as hell. You know what I'm saying? But you know, when I walk through, I'm the man. I'm the man when I walk through. You know what I mean? So ain't no, don't get me twisted.
A
'Cause
man with a t-shirt suit.
I'm the man. I always will be that man. I don't give a fuck. I'm dark as fuck. Don't get the canvas twisted. I'm
And
dark as a
ashy as
motherfucker.
fuck.
Yo, hey, bro. Hey, I got chapstick for your weak ass. Hey, bro. Hey, put the
Oh,
chapstick on
bitch
your
ass
rusty ass
nigga.
lips.
You was a bitch
You
ass
weak
nigga like your
sauce.
father and your
You weak
grandfather.
sauce. You weak sauce. You weak sauce. Lame ass. Hey,
All right, Casey.
shout out to the big D. You know what I mean?
All right.
I'm
So,
the man when hey, Diamond. I'm the man when I walk through. I don't give a fuck about nothing. I don't care about none of you weak ass dudes reminiscing about your childhood neglect.
All right.
Get over
Can
it.
you take your crusty
Get over
toe
it.
eating
Get
ass
over
off the thing? You done. Let's
all
go.
right.
Bye.
it. Small fry. Small fry, bro.
Damn.
Oh shit.
Jump me out of here. Jump me out
Before
of
we
here.
were so rudely interrupted, can I continue the conversation with
point of
Mr.
that?
Washington and Fireman with his disrespectful ass that don't know how to motherfucking dress with them big ass shoes on? They got on fucking boats on your fucking feet.
Okay,
Bitch.
excuse me.
Fuck
Can
you.
I say this, and I'm gonna drop. Everyone that had experienced this because of your color, um, I embrace you all, and I want to encourage you to love yourselves and don't worry about those ignorant people. Okay, because you don't have control over people, but you do have control over you. The thing that I really want to say here is that if African American Black people have so much problems with other people and their complexion and this, that, and the third, my problem is, why do y'all go against each other with disrespectful, hateful words towards each other, calling each other out their names and this, that, and the third? I don't understand this. Y'all see this stuff been taking place for years, but yet and still y'all project it among each other.
So Fendi, what exactly do you mean by that? I'm slightly confused, honestly. Like when you say, like, are you talking about what just transpired? Because he came up here
Yes,
kind of.
that's one of the reasons. It's like if the other complexion call out complexions, they have a problem with it. But the things that you do to each other, it opens the door for other people to say it to you. But then when they say it, everybody has a problem with it. Why not have a problem when you're doing it to each other and correct that?
Okay, so that being said, I see what you're saying. So let's just say that's true, right? Like what just happened was like completely fucked up. Uh, on the serious note, he was actually being rude from a basic standpoint. We were just talking, we have a conversation, and not all of us necessarily agreed with what each other was saying, but we were having a good conversation. And he just came up here with some bullshit, and maybe I reacted a certain way, but however someone reacts is going to be completely different. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it that way too. Some people just insert themselves just to be rude or to cause chaos, mayhem, whatever the case is, and they're gonna be dealt with accordingly. However, people see fit. Me personally, I'm gonna let the dude talk. That's why I say, hey, just let him get it out. But hey, Javon decided not to. Mello
Yeah,
decided
and I
not to.
caught
And
that, and
that it
that's
is what
on
it
me,
is.
and that was
That is
on me.
what
I
it is.
just
All right.
Attention seeker. Sorry, Diamond.
Let's go, Papa Rudy. All right. So
I mean, he did say I'm a big dog. Like he was like, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Even
big shit.
Diamond confused. Even Diamond confused.
y'all know how Casey is.
We don't know.
Someone, y'all, this is a heavy conversation. Yeah.
I would look, and it's interesting to me that even having this conversation.
Let's go, Papa Rudy. It's here's the thing. You know, people been wanting to talk about colorism in our community for a long time. I just been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off and putting it off because I know that a lot of people, if they haven't experienced it, they don't have a clue. they're not going to hear you. They're not, if people haven't experienced it, they're going to brush you off and this and that. They don't have a clue. So the people that are speaking on it, it's almost like how y'all come in here and say, when a man is crying, I'm sorry, when women come in here and say men don't open up and talk to them, and because when they do open up and talk, they feel some type of way when they do tell what they're going through. See, it's almost like that. So a lot of people are not going to experience that because, all right, so Fendi said that, let's go, Chris' wife. Let's go, honey, with the subscription, y'all. Check your names. You might have a badge. Welcome to the team, y'all. Thank you, Chris, for sending out those subscriptions. Some people in the comments saying it's a victim mindset. Some people are. It is a lot of people are not going to admit that. You got some.
It's a victim mindset for darker skinned Black people to speak on their experiences. Are y'all okay?
They're not. It's a lot of crackheads.
Oh, friend, we can't say that.
Freaking Javon, honey, they paid to drop you. They said
I knew it.
Oh, they did. All right. Okay. It's been a minute. I haven't been dropped out of here in a minute. Okay, hold on. Let me get my final words together. Okay. I don't. For my final words, I don't give a fuck. I will say what I said once again. He came over here with some bullshit. You motherfuckers low key hate yourselves. You hate your mama. With that dusty ass suit that you have on, that shit was hanging low and toe and fro. And weird out tight ass old shoes that look like you're wearing 14 and a half. You're really probably 10 and a half with your bitch ass. Thank you, Miss Diamond. I appreciate you. Love the panel. Love y'all. Y'all have a good day.
all right, Javon. Thank you, baby.
Hey, Miss Diamond. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Good morning, everyone. So I just wanted to make a statement. So for myself, this is what I've been through. Me being light skinned, and I'm from New Jersey, so I have lived down in Alabama. I'm sorry, I left my phone up here and I went and ate my breakfast and came back. I was like, oh, I'm up there. So all my life people make statements, I've been picked on, I've been called white, I've been called Spanish, and I don't like it. Like one of the restaurants, they hired me down in Alabama because my mom lives down there. So I lived down there with my mom for a little while. So a restaurant, they hired me because they thought I was them. So when I got there, it was all the white tea people, and they was like, oh, well, they never had, your color to work in the front of the house. And which was true. Everybody that worked in the front of the house was whitey, and they had all of us in the back behind the closed doors. So so I kind of went through it my whole life, like still now. I still go through it because of the color.
Are you speaking on racism or colorism?
I'm just speaking.
It sounds like that's racism.
Thank you, Diamond.
Oh, I was just speaking. I'm just having a conversation.
That's the problem. People are just speaking though. Like there's definitions to words, right? There's literal definitions to certain words. Colorism is something that dark-skinned people face. Now, if you are the darkest person in the room amongst people of your own community, then you can face some type of colorism. But when it comes to dark-skinned and light-skinned people don't face colorism. You want a word for it? It's called shadeism. That's a whole nother situation. Today, Diamond brought the topic of colorism, because who wants to validate a dark-skinned woman? Or dark-skinned people, period. That's the problem. We're trying to invalidate what dark-skinned people are going through. I didn't had my hair pulled. I didn't had darker-skinned people say stuff about me. It wasn't colorism. As much as I wanted to pout and feel oppressed and throw a tantrum, I'm not systematically being held down or being disadvantaged in no way, shape, or form. But what I do know is when my dark-skinned sister is with me, they wanna masculinize her, and I'm the beast. She not. She's very feminine, very soft, but they'll try to masculinize her when it becomes to us. I don't care what we do. Sorry, they cleaning my streets, y'all. I don't care what we do. At the end of the day, light-skinned people, yeah, we can face shadeism. I'm a lighter-skinned girl with Afrocentric features. I got a big nose. I can be talked about in that way. But at the end of the day, I do not face colorism when it comes to my dark-skinned brothers and sisters. That's just what it is. We can throw tantrums. We can want it to be a certain way. We face shadeism. If somebody says something about us, about our shade from a darker skinned person, that's shadeism. Okay, but it's not colorism. Colorism happens systematically. Dark-skinned people face stuff that we'll never know anything about. Being a doula, I've been a doula for people who are dark-skinned. They can say something and doctors don't listen to them. And then I open up my mouth and they'll listen. It's a problem. And if you can't see past that, you're being willfully ignorant. I will never face with diamond faces. I will never face with Q faces or Alexandria or any of those people. Will I face something? Absolutely. Does it hurt? Absolutely. But it's not colorism. And that's what people need to understand. There are definitions to words for a reason. Colorism is for dark-skinned people. If you want to pick something and pick a word, it's shadeism. White people don't face racism. If you want to pick a word, say they got bullied, they face some discrimination or some other shit. But that's why we have definitions, y'all. I'm gonna drop because my baby want me to read him a book.
All right.
Okay, well, Diamond, I specifically didn't want to have a conversation with no one. I just wanted to get up here and tell my story. Like I don't want to go back and forth with people. I just wanted to tell my story and how I feel that it's not right, and I don't like it for myself. I per se didn't. I just wanted to tell a story because I was watching it earlier and I ran off and then I came back. So I just wanted to share my story.
Okay. Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
Hey, Diamond.
Hey, Pop. So hold on, y'all. 1 second, y'all. I gotta. Hey, Pop. I got a cash out message. Let me read this. Let me get this message out. Someone said, hey, Diamond, my daughter experienced, I'm not sure if this is colorism. She is Filipino American, Indian, and American, African American. I noticed some girls try to bully her. Luckily, she is taller than most at her age, but she tells me sometimes girls darker than her out her, even tries to be their friend, even if she tries to be their friend in gymnastics and etc. That was a cash out message. So I said they said that's bullying, it's not colorism.
Yeah. Miss Diamond, I'm gonna go ahead and drop. The white people are calling me. It's back to work. Thank you for allowing me on your panel. I really appreciate it as always.
Somebody said tell Dina. I said hi, Squeak. Dina, Squeak said hi.
Good morning.
Go ahead, Mello. You wanna say something on the topic or no?
Yes, I do. I mean, what I was gonna get at is that I've experienced the racism, and I still do. Even listening to the topic, me personally, I feel like all of it falls under the same umbrella. I've listened to everybody's points, and I've experienced it all in different areas in my life. Hair pulling because a girl like you, um, being discriminated against not fitting in based off of my skin tone being lighter, whatever my parents may be, them guessing what my parents are, all of those areas I got bulleted on, and I just made a decision. It didn't even matter at the end of the day, you know. And if anybody does go through any of that, your identity is what you make of it. You got to know who you are and where you come from, and you got to love yourself at the end of the day. So all of those labels and those victim labels that try to oppress you, you can beat that shit. I'll tell you all day. You want to experience everything that's based on knowing your potential, and somebody else can be able to see your potential before you can at times.
So Mello, if
Who
someone
got
said something about you,
who background? Okay, that's Melo's background. Go ahead.
if someone said about you, hold on, something, if someone said something
While we
about
was
you,
talking on this app, somebody called me red while I was here, and you know, moments when I hear stuff like that, I kind of ignore it. But you know, I'm at the point in my life where it's just like I can't. There's certain things that I can entertain. There's some things I choose not to. It does depend on what you choose to indulge in.
so again, I think that, you know what I'm saying, you were bullied, Mello, and that's not okay either. That's not
I
cool.
mean, if you want to put it there too, yeah, I've
No, I'm
experienced
just saying,
racism in a
I just want to be very
no,
clear
in
with.
that area. I'm just not talking on the other things.
No,
I have,
yeah, but I mean,
I've
you did mention that you experienced racism. You said colorism. You said colorism, or correct me if
no.
I'm wrong.
What I'm saying, no, I mentioned that to me, my opinion, all of it falls under the same umbrella. I
Right.
said I heard what everybody said about colorism,
Do y'all know where?
racism.
I got a question. Do y'all know where all this began?
Yeah, we went through that. We had a whole history lesson earlier.
So you know that there was a agenda put amongst our people that actually got us thinking this way, which hasn't been that long ago since that agenda has been applied to us. Everything that we're thinking about each other, every way we feel about each other was placed upon us to keep us all divided. Because if they kept us divided, you can control us. You can't control the people if they're together. There was an agenda put against us called the Willie Lynch letter. Control the people if they're the dark skinned slave. There was an agenda put against us called the Willie Lynch letter. The woman against the man. It turned the older slaves against the younger slaves. So that agenda was put amongst our people so that we can stay divided. They needed for us to be this way. So, but the point I'm trying to make is that wasn't even 200 years ago. That was a little over 100 years ago. So we haven't given ourselves enough time and enough grace to just understand that it's been applied to us longer than it's not been applied to us. You know, we were slaves for way longer. The system was put upon us way longer than we've been given time to try to repair it. See, we're still in the repairing state. A lot of y'all are the first of your generation to graduate high school. I mean, out of your family, graduate high school, graduate college. So think about how long we've actually been outside of the system to try to actually make a change to ourselves. So to be able to change the way an entire people think overnight is impossible. It's going to take generations. The only thing we can do is try to raise the next generation to not think that way, because we was already messed up. We've already been messed up to think the way we think. We can talk about it. We can talk about it. But it's all about the kids. We control how they think about things. The way we treat them and tell them how to treat each other, that's how we can change how it's going to be for our people. It's too late for us. But you can,
So,
if you really feel like.
That being said, I'm gonna cut you off.
Hey, I'm just curious. How many Hanks
could
read? How many Hanks could read back then? Though, how many Hanks could read like that letter? How many Hanks read that letter?
Hold on, real quick before you fuck this entire panel.
All right, Diamond. I'm gonna drop down. I appreciate it.
All right.
You can do your thing in a second. I swear to God, I know you about to fuck this whole shit up. Give me 1 second. But Papa Rudy, in order to move forward from that, right? Like, be legitimate for us to validate what shit that our folks, our people have experienced, like specifically our darker skinned brothers and sisters, right?
All right.
Paul, you ain't funny. Anyway, but I'm just saying in general, right? So I think that's the whole point. Like, and you were about to go through the whole, history thing. We had that whole lesson and everything. I think that's what a lot of us are just missing. is there's
No,
white.
actually, no, it wasn't the history lesson. Y'all said y'all had already heard it. What I was trying to, by saying that, I was just trying to let y'all know it hasn't been that long. We haven't given ourselves enough time. That's why that's all I was reaching back to grab to let y'all know. Hey, it hasn't been 400 years since this has been put on us. No, this was like last week compared to how long we've been here. You know, that's all I was saying. It hasn't been that long. We got to give ourselves a couple generations to flush out this toxicity that's been put inside of us that wasn't our fault. We think that it's our fault. We think that, oh, we just so messed up as a people that we just feel this way about ourselves. No, they made us feel this way about ourselves. We were forced to. Now we got to give ourselves some time to make it right, which is the children. The children are the ones that we can change because we already stuck in our ways.
Great opinion.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Bex, honey. Bex, you want to chime in, honey?
Why not just change your children's behavior? That'd be simple and easier. Just change your children's behaviors. Who cares about the lynch letter and the colorism, the isms? I mean, can you compete? Can you win? Can you win? Can you teach your kids how to win? That's what you want to do. The isms, I done seen all the isms. I ain't had the isms plague me for any moment in time, but can you win? Can you, and guess what? In the ism process, I done beat up our own people to win. I done cheated our own people. I done drugged our own win. But I wanted to win. Can you win? Get away from your isms.
You need a strategy to learn how to win first. So you got to understand the isms, Uncle Bernie, before you do any of that.
No, you really don't. No, you really don't. That's like saying, okay, it's like saying this. I had to understand that people are calling me names to win. No, I got to win. Them names ain't bothering me. Them names ain't facing me. I got to face that individual who's in front of me. I got that physical body. He can have all the names in the world, and I'm gonna embrace him. I'm gonna say, look here, champ, give me the benefits of them names. But in the meantime, I'm taking your shoes off. I'm busting your legs. I'm gonna win. I'm not gonna let you. If you call me names, you gave me the advantage already, because that means that's the worst weapon is your names. Them words ain't bothering me no day, no time in my life. You see what I'm saying? Like, so why are you stuck on these words? Teach your kids, get beyond the words. The words don't hurt you. Get deep
Uncle
into
Bernie,
yourselves.
Respectfully,
respectfully what?
Respectfully, bro. Like you cannot talk about teaching kids shit. Respectfully.
You're right. Hey, respectfully, I can. But guess what? Hey, guess what? You can. You can. See, I can. But you can. See, I'm just giving you a rhetoric that I heard. I can't. You're right. Hey, sir, I'm not a parent. I'm not even a parent advocate. But I can tell you this: you can give your kids the weapons, but you have to research that. Don't follow my advice. I'm just chopping it up. But get your information to your kids. So you tell me all the things you want. You're right. I'm the worst person to teach a soul. All I do is teach a woman how to open her legs, and I'll pay for that. But other than that, you can give your stuff to your kids. I can't give them. That's what I'm saying to you.
So what you
Hold on. But hold on. I got one more thing for you, because I want you to throw some more remarks. I like your remarks. But here's the problem. Get to your kids and get them the information they need, not me, because I don't want to learn. But guess what? I want to get into your woman's legs. But you get to your kids. You see what I'm saying?
So what you winning then? What you winning?
What am I winning? Hey, sir, once I step out on the carpet, I win every moment. I'm not going to take the loss. I'm not going home with an L. So before the day is over, it's going to be an L in my pocket. Now, I may get a setback, but I'm not taking the L. But what you win is you win the opportunity to get back out there and compete again tomorrow. It's like a baseball game. You want another chance at the base, at the bat, at the ball. So you want to get the rotation. Teach your kids how to get in the rotation and get another swing at it. Don't let them just fall out after the first opportunity. Teach your kids how to progress. Teach your kids how to impede beyond the words, the verbiage. Teach your kids that when they say no to you, yes. You are able to compete, do the job. You can perform. Get your performance up. Okay? It's not about color. Can you perform? Perform to the point where, again, you may have to hurt somebody. You may have to indirectly take somebody out to perform. Learn how to perform. I don't know where road y'all come off of or what street you come off of, but the name of the game is, can you perform? Can you outdo the other person? Can you outlast the other person? Endurance. Get those things. But first and foremost, get your kids a behavior curriculum so they know what behaviors to display to get beyond other people.
So basically, what you're saying is,
okay. So your son shouldn't come home and say to me, your son should come home and say to you, hey, Daddy Fireman, they won't let me. No, your son should come home and say, Dad, they try to prevent me, but I'm going back tomorrow because I'm going to take upon whatever role I want to take that's available for me. Okay, it shouldn't be they tried. I mean, it can be they tried, but they didn't succeed. That's what I'm saying. Get your kids in the presentation of learning how to win and how to win by knowing what winning is. Having an opportunity to come back the next day or the next second, getting another chance at the apple. Go for the golden ring, whatever the case may be. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Again, I think you're too long in the tooth on this ism stuff because that has come and passed. People performing now, people competing. Okay, your Sidney Poitiers, your Jim Browns, your Stephen Fletchers, your Woody Strobes, what's the other lady name? These people have kind of paved the way for you to let you know you can compete. They just sit back and hold their hands, talk about, oh, the man, Mr. Charlie held me back. Nah, they got out there and did everything they had to. And some of them, unfortunately, stepped on black people's toes too. But they competed and they performed. They weren't singing those songs. We're gonna walk the mason. What's that?
So
Kick the
Uncle
chariot.
Bernie.
What's some songs y'all sing?
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so hold on real quick. So do you think that my black ass,
I don't
right,
know. I'm not gonna think. I'm not gonna think what you do.
I'm gonna tell you.
Fireman.
My
No,
black
no, fire.
ass.
I want
Hold on real
fireman.
quick.
Fireman.
Real
No,
quick.
fireman.
I'm finished.
Go ahead. Tell what you black behind. Okay. Tell what
So
you black behind.
my
Can
black
someone else
ass
talk, please?
has a career as a firefighter plus a side business, and I'm talking about the isms. That you don't think I'm like somewhat winning in life? Like I don't get your point. What you're saying? Oh, also I take care of my son too. By the way.
The whole Facebook on everybody's isms.
I think Uncle Barney is.
That's all. I mean, the isms, the colorisms. That's good. No, I'm just saying. I mean, it's great. You can continue to do something, a plan for yourself, but now kick the plan back to your children. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying you specifically. I'm just saying in general, Spider-Man. But take it personal. That's okay with me. But the bottom line is, I'm just saying that sometimes if you, so in other words, I don't focus on a loss at no form in time. My mind is on the win. I ain't got a plan for a loss. My plan for the loss is the win. So I don't have I guess not my mind saying, well, we lost that today. No, we got something today. If you win it, I'm gonna get part of your trophy. I'm not letting you go home with that whole trophy or whatever you get. We're gonna get some of that. Somehow I'm getting something. I might take your hat, your shoe. I'm gonna get something from that competition because I'm coming back tomorrow to take the whole thing. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's a job, if it's a career, if it's win a chicken dinner somewhere, I'm not gonna let you get that chicken dinner over me if I'm competing. That's what I'm saying. But you gotta have performance in your mind. I'm not sure about the isms. I went to school with greasers. I don't even know who greasers are. I could care less about them greasers. Okay. But the bottom line is that I made sure I outperform the greasers. Okay. They didn't disturb me one bit. Now they disturbed some people, but I didn't care about them. Greasers, they could be non-greasers. I didn't know what they were. They could be, but the whole idea was that you had to have a mindset to succeed, just to say, okay, I want to be here. I want to be in this limelight. I want to be in this performance. I want to be on this, whatever it is you're after. That's all I'm thinking. I understand you want to have a history lesson about it. I don't know if you should share this with your kids, but share the lesson of, again, how to get forward, how to win. That's what I we just chopping it up, and I just jumped in the box, just chop it up with y'all. But get away from words. I tell you what, get your kids away from the words. If they call you ugly, they call you darky, they call you African booty snatcher, hey, tell them give you the benefits for it. Get your kids to learn to ask for the benefits for those names they call you. As far as the Willie Lynch letter, y'all say these people couldn't read back then, so I don't know how many people was reading this letter that went around. I know the letter came out later on. Okay, now I don't know how many can read now, because I've been in places, I see many of the Hanks, they can't read at all. The Hanks don't bother me, but I mean, they bother some of y'all. But the bottom line is that, can you outperform? Can you comprehend? Can you show them that they don't comprehend what you see in paper because you got the comprehension level to say, this is what this is meaning, this is what this is interpreting. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where you beat them at. That's where you beat everybody. Get yourselves in winning form. That's all. Enjoy life, embrace life. Don't let life have you in a catacomb where you worry about Hank and all that. Man, run over Hank and his people. I'm saying that's just the interpretation of, like, get over these people, get beyond. It's not people, it's not systems. Get beyond this stuff. Yes, sir.
Excuse me,
Mr. Bernard.
Barnes.
So like what they're doing also
I'm
is
about to see how hard Trey works.
Hello.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Guys, I am on the subway. Y'all, I need 2 more subscribers. Y'all, I'm on the subway. I need 2 more subscribers. And also, go ahead, Mix. Let Mix.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to say, as far as Uncle Bernie, I thank you for everything that you're saying. I think we're all in agreement that we all want to win,
and we all need, to form and all of that or whatever. And I don't think it's about a history lesson, but it is about having a conversation about and being educated about what colorism is, so we can all move forward and learn how to move forward, as a people. But I did experience I experienced colorism, racism, all my life. All my life I had to fight, but but I did. I had to fight growing up in school. I was bullied, all that picked on. But I'm kind of confused at also as a darker skinned woman person, why people are saying that colorism doesn't happen on both ends as far as a light skinned person. Because by definition, and I heard someone say that, okay, that's shadeism. But by definition, colorism is also considered shadeism based on a group of people, your ethnicity or whatever. It's just according to your skin tone. So it's just more prevalent with darker skinned people. Even in other ethnic groups, Puerto Ricans, Haitians, Dominicans, Jamaicans, they all have light skin and dark skin, and everybody. I mean, and colorism happen in those.
But can I ask you a question? At what color shade do you distinguish who is too dark and who's too light? Like who determine where's the factor of that?
Hold on.
Okay, that's what I mean. Give me the barometer on where the two darkness and the two lightness come in.
All right, it's a circle conversation. I'm gonna drop y'all.
Y'all the motherfuckers who got to sit in a court case. What I'm saying, watch how that bitch let me finish what I'm about. Come back and see how. So because I've experienced, I mean, I've seen growing up, the light skinned girls getting picked on, bullied, hair pulled because they are light skinned. But people want to say, oh, that's just bullying. Well, we got bullied too as dark skinned. So I mean, you can't say that we're all black, but you know what I'm saying. It happens. It just happens more with us, and we get more of the,
But when did your defense mechanisms kick in? Though? Didn't you have like a defense mechanism? Like who? I don't care if they black, yellow, clean, whatever. If they grab you, pull you, whatever. You didn't have a defense mechanism. Like didn't you get a defense mechanism? I don't care who they are, but when they put their hands on you, what was your defense mechanism? Or if they like they're gonna raise their hands, didn't you strike first? I always looked. I wanted to strike first. I wasn't waiting for no. It wasn't gonna be no. Put your hands up. I'm gonna knock you down because I ain't got time for you. I'm not gonna wait for you to look at me and talk about let's go. I'm gone. So where's your defense mechanism? If I thought you didn't like me. If I thought you didn't like, I'm gonna punish you. I'm gonna attack you from behind because I'm not waiting for you to have to get me. I'm gonna be the first strike. No. But where's your defense mechanism? Where's your instinct? If you just think people don't like you and this is gonna happen, where's your striking out? That's what I'm saying. Get your kids' instinctive levels up.
What the hell?
That's not colorism.
So you teaching people
I
to
don't believe
put
that's
their
not
hands on
colorism.
people because they're because somebody don't like
I'm
you?
telling you that you need to be the first one to strike. I don't know what party you come from where I'm gonna stand there, wait for somebody, put their hands up like they want to go. No, if I just think that there's a problem, I'm gone. You go, you put your work in. That's what I'm saying to you. But that's about defense mechanism, instincting. Get your kids instinctive alert about their surroundings and their whereabouts. That's what I'm saying to you. See, that's what the problem is. Y'all still walking around with that waiting for the chariot to come. You better be the chariot, and you better be the horse that takes off and go and get your throttle running. That's what I'm saying to you. But you keep talking about this. Oh, they pull your hair. They all this. Get that racism out. Get your instinctive levels up. If you feel danger, you need to strike. Don't wait for it to strike you. That's what I'm saying to you.
That's so dumb
I am
advice.
actually in some kind of
Well, I don't. Okay, but hey, you continue living what you do, and I'm sure things will be okay. You keep singing what's that song called? What's that chariot song y'all sing? What's that chariot song? I don't know. What's the Negro song you sing? Mr. Chariot, whatever it is. Sweet low chariot, swinging low chariot, something.
Give somebody else a chance to speak, please, sir. I don't believe I'm in agreement with Uncle B, but today I'm agreeing with a lot of his statement. Earlier, a young lady was on and said her son was 6'4" and a very dark individual, which reminds me of myself. And I can't believe that somebody would poke this young man in his back with anything and then come away unscathed. Like people can say whatever, but the minute you go to touching on somebody, then that wrath is supposed to come out. You're supposed to let people know. Don't. You can say whatever you want to say. I'm cool with that. Me, I'm gonna laugh at you because I think you're dumb. But if you touch me in any kind of way that I don't like, now you got to deal with this 6'4"
Well, me, I'm 5'3", 367.
Well, Doc, why are you waiting to be
Bernie,
touched? That's why.
Bernie, hold on a
Why are you
second.
waiting to be touched? Why are you waiting to be
Bernie, I don't
touched?
take long. Just give me a second to
Okay,
wrap up.
but I'm
Now
saying you
you
take
got
too
to
long because
deal
you
with
waiting to be
this
touched.
5'3",
You slow already.
290.
You done.
Bernie,
You want to be touched
Bernie,
first. You are
Bernie,
done. You
Bernie,
should jump out the
Bernie,
box. You finished.
Bernie,
Wait, hey,
Bernie.
don't teach your kids to be
Somebody
waiting to
else
get
gets
touched
a chance
first.
to speak, brother. You can't just talk over
I'm
people
dropping.
and
Hey,
think
I'm going
everybody
anyway,
gonna
Doc, because
just.
we talking about waiting to get
I
touched
got
first.
you,
Y'all
but
lost me.
again,
I'm gonna get out the
if
box
you
because I'm wrong today. But I tell you what,
if you touch me,
if you
then
touch me,
now you
I'll be
got to
dog.
deal with this angry whatever. You can say whatever, just keep
Yeah,
your
well,
pause to yourself.
okay.
And Bernie, somebody can touch you like on your back when you're not looking. I'm saying if somebody poked this young man, I don't understand why he didn't, why he didn't cut loose. And
But Doc, one
I'm
question for you:
firm
Do you think there was a
that
point in
if
time where
somebody touches
instinctively,
you,
Doc?
then
One question, Doc.
all
Let me ask you a
reserves
question.
is gone.
Could he have
Like
known that
they
he was
can
gonna be
say
poked at
whatever,
some point
but
because he already had an issue with these
Bernie,
people? That's what I'm saying.
why do
You already know.
why do you feel like what you're saying is so important that nobody
No,
else
I'm
can
asking you a
talk?
question.
Like
I'm asking
anytime,
you a
no,
question. Why are
can
you
you ask
talking?
me my question after I'm done?
I'm
Because I
old. I
was
can't
trying to
remember.
wrap up
Okay,
my
I'll
point.
wait, Doc. Go ahead, Doc. Hey, Doc,
Thank
I'm
you.
not gonna poke you. I'm gonna give you a
Thank
chance. I'm
you.
gonna let
I
you do your
appreciate it.
thing,
Let me
Doc.
finish.
I'm gonna
Let
let
me
you
just finish
deliver.
my.
I'm gonna
Bernie,
wait. Let you
give
strike.
me
Okay.
25 seconds,
Okay. No, I'm gonna give
please.
you 40, Doc. I want you to have
Can you,
40.
I don't even
Because
need
as
that.
slow as you are,
If
I
somebody touches
can
you, now
remember.
they got
I
to
got you.
deal with your wrath because nobody can touch you and then expect you to regulate how you respond.
None of this is colorism though. Like,
I got to
what?
catch on. Someone said so. It's no accountability for bullying.
The
It's
colorist
accountability for bullying,
lady
but it's
said
not
her son
colorism.
was very dark and he was being treated badly because he was very dark. And she went as far as to say that he was poked in the back by something and had to be taken to the hospital. But she never said that he did anything about any of that. Now the calling me an oil spill and all this and all this other stuff is funny to me, but I'm that silly dude. But if you touch me, then you got to deal with me now. Now it ain't funny, and it ain't gonna be funny to you either. And I don't hurt feelings; I hurt faces. So
Hey, but
I
Doc,
don't
let me ask you a question.
run
If
it,
they
Bernie.
test you and you gotta go to the hospital, you're gonna be a little delayed and you're hurting. That's what I'm saying to you. Why are you waiting to be tested? And then when you get tested, you should be in action. But you already know that there's an instinctive moment behind. There's an alert that somebody has an issue with you. I gotta face that off the jump. I ain't waiting around for you to make a move. That's what I'm saying to you. There has to be some type of defense mechanism within people that knows that there's a dangerous presence in your environment because you see how they respond, look at you. So I'm not turning my back on them, first of all. But if I happen to do so, I'm have already.
She
That
said her
makes
son
no
was in
sense as
class
a
and
dark
somebody poked
skinned
him in the back with
person.
something.
I
As
don't
a
care
So
if
dark
he
skinned
was
person,
standing
you'll
in
be
the
educated.
bathroom at the urinal.
Bernie, if he's in class, in school, in class, and nobody's done anything, he can't just turn around and start swinging on people because
But
he
he had to
thinks
have known that
somebody.
there was a presence that did not appreciate him, Doc. That's what I'm saying, Doc. This didn't just happen in one day. You know this stuff before it happened. You know when I don't know what school y'all went to, but you knew people that you had some entanglement with before they even made a move. You could tell how they responded, how they postured to you. When I saw that, I had no favor. It was no favor for me. I'm going to work because I don't want to be. I don't want to get hit
Uncle
first.
Bernie,
I don't want to be
Uncle
struck
Bernie,
first.
So
Uncle
why is
Bernie,
there a term called
you know I
sneaky?
adore you, right?
If
You know I adore
everybody
you. We
knows.
aren't you, okay? In
No, but
school,
that's the point. But I'm saying, but
that's
get your
my
kids to
point.
be,
So
get
he's
your
not
kids to
gonna
be
be
me and
going
beyond
around
me.
violating people
Get your,
because
get your,
he knows that they have an issue with him. He's
get
in
your
school.
children to be
He's trying to
beyond
be
them.
productive. He's trying not to
Yeah.
be part of the statistics because
Okay.
us kids, us black kids, period, in school, we're already looked at and demonized. So he's not going to be causing issues and problems inside of school because somebody looked at him and he know that he got an itch and that somebody want to do something. He's not going to do that. Most kids aren't going to do that.
Thank
We
you.
not you. We actually got feelings and
Okay. Well,
emotions and
I
shit.
appreciate y'all
We
and I
think
understand
shit
y'all.
out.
I'm gonna go over. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna go to the non-melanated people side, but they in this program. They going forward first. But I like what y'all saying, and I hope that works for y'all. I hope y'all in the greatest environments for you and your kids. I hope everybody succeeds in that process. And again, I know what I'm gonna do, but I listened to y'all, and I'm not knocking it. I think it's a nice and wonderful approach you guys have and how to get through this, navigate this world. I'm gonna go.
Uncle
I
B,
thank you for the time, the Blaqqdiamond. I appreciate y'all. Hey
Uncle
Doc,
B, I am knocking you
I'm not
because
gonna
I
poke you
think
in your
you are
back.
entirely batshit crazy. You make me laugh all the time with some of the shit you say, and it's hard for me to believe that you be serious, and you do. When I met you at the gala, you were so fucking cool, but bro, you off. You off. You. If you don't get help
Yeah,
at
but
y'all
hey,
pizza,
Doc,
please
Doc,
get up
hey, Doc, I
somewhere.
was serious then. Hey, Doc, I was seriously looking for women then. That's what I was doing. I was on top. I was looking for a
bro.
woman to go back to the.
Bro, I
Okay,
remember
but that's
anything
my
that
still.
anything
Hey,
that smelt
I
funny
wasn't
was
able
a
to. Hey,
rapper.
doc, I wasn't looking for somebody. I wasn't looking for somebody to poke me in my back. I was looking for women. I wanted a woman to poke me in my back.
Bro, when
But
you
I ain't
walked
looking
past
for.
the fish tank, the fish stopped swimming. They thought you was gonna try to attack them sexually. I remember.
Thank you, Doc. I appreciate that.
Y'all
That
need
makes
to
me
know
feel
if
good.
Uncle Bernie is
Hey,
all
you guys
about
have a
that
great
nuck
day.
if you buck. You ain't even got a buck. Uncle Bernie go nuck. Okay.
Can we stop saying shadeism is for lighter skinned people? Because that's not. Shadeism and colorism are the same exact thing. It only affects darker skinned people. If
That's
you're
the
light
same
skinned
thing
and
I
you're
was saying.
getting bullied for your skin tone, you are just getting bullied for your skin tone. That's all it is. Colorism is on a systematic level. Y'all will never experience what darker
Exactly.
skinned people have to experience on a daily basis. Let's not do this.
Showing a color of favor is what then?
It's called prejudice. It's called discrimination. It's called
It's
many
also
things.
called
There's many.
colorism.
It's not actually colorism. It's only for darker skinned
Showing
people. It's in the
favor.
definition. It's in the
That's all.
definition
But
of
if
only
you,
darker skinned
but
people.
see, it's like you all are so locked in on trying to disprove that it's not. It's
Of
used
using
against. It's
logic
a okay. It's a color. A prejudice against a color. Showing a
of
favor.
darker. You're
It's
missing one
usually done.
particular word.
It's usually done that way. Just like for your color right there, there's individuals in your complexion that would reject individuals that are darker. That would be colorism.
Right,
So
darker.
it works
Right.
both ways with just
Only if
that.
it's
It's not
darker. Not
only
to
if
let
it's
it
Y'all
be.
darker,
saying the same thing.
lighter, dark. It doesn't matter. It's showing a
No, it does
preference,
matter.
showing a preference to a color.
No, that's not the definition.
When you read it, and I can understand
I'm reading
using
it right
it to
now.
I'm looking at
understanding,
it.
but
I'm
see
looking
that
at it too. That's not the
That's
definition.
not the definition.
what is the definition of it? A
Discrimination based
prejudice
on
against
skin
a
tone,
color,
also known as
usually,
colorism,
and
shade of a
that's
form of
within the
prejudice and discrimination in which people of certain ethnic groups or people who are perceived as belonging to a darker skinned race are treated
okay.
differently based on their darker skin tone.
That's to help you to
Right.
understand it. So someone
It
within
seems
your
y'all don't understand.
okay, so a black person showing a preference or showing a favor to a lighter skinned person and pushing down on a darker skinned person, that is the same thing. You all are dwelling on that and just trying to make that so much to be true. And I get it. I can understand it. I understand it that way. But there's the opposite of that too. If you're always doing it to a darker person, that's just one thing. It happens to a lighter skinned person as well.
No,
Right.
Just
no,
like
by
you know,
definition,
okay,
no.
It
for
says
example, when you say no, just like with Miss Diamonds, and I hate to use it for as an example, when she said with her daughter, she said she would rather for her daughter to be lighter skinned because of what?
I wasn't
because
here
of
for
her
that.
experiences.
So I don't know.
Because of what? She'll tell you if you ask her. She told you because she didn't want her to go through the things that she went through.
Yeah, colorism. Yeah.
Which implies that her daughter, that darker skinned people are going through something that her daughter could potentially deal with and ruin her life. Hence the reason she would have preferred her to be lighter, which means
She
the
showed,
two
and
things
it's
are not synonymous.
also to show favor. Individuals that are like lighter skinned, lighter complected tend to have these things happen for them. Individuals
Lighter skinned
that
people have favor. Yes, that's not colorism. Colorism would be the complete opposite. It's oppression. It's no favor.
I get it. I get it. You're right.
Yeah. So even
You're
when we
right
bring
with
up
your
Hispanic
opinion. You're right.
communities,
I
it's
get
not
it.
an opinion, it's a fact. That's your opinion. You just ignore
Okay.
facts. We
I
read the
can under,
definition to you,
I
and it's
can
like you
understand.
completely ignore the definition.
You all okay. I get it. And then awesome that you have that understanding. It works both ways. Is all I'm saying.
That's an opinion.
Okay.
I respect your opinion on that. Factually, it doesn't work both ways.
Okay. Great opinion for you as well.
Oh, that's fact. That's delusion now. You trying to gaslight me? Turn my reality to yours? Because I live in
No,
actual
I'm using
reality.
colorism now, saying just saying I'm using the preference now,
No,
saying that you're just
using
right. You're
something
light
else.
skinned, you're lighter complected, so you have to be right. That's me being a dark.
Oh,
You
sure.
have to be right.
I'll
So
exercise
I'm
that
just saying
privilege,
that.
I guess.
I'm just
I'll
throwing that
exercise
out
it
there.
this
That's
time.
my
I am
opinion,
right
though.
because I'm light skinned this time.
Okay, you have to be right.
I guess so.
Can I ask a
I don't
question?
understand why
Good
you can't just
afternoon,
say
everyone.
We also got to
what I'm
get out
saying.
of that mind state that you know, light is better because it's just like and it's just like a black woman going out having a baby by a white person because they feel like the baby's gonna look better, gonna have better hair and all that, and gonna get better treatment. But also that biracial child also experience a lot of hate as well. So we got to get out of there, and we got to teach our children that they are beautiful no matter what color they are, no matter what experience that we had, because we're gonna experience it whether we're light skinned or dark skinned. We're gonna experience it.
I agree.
So we have to uplift each other. I try to I try my best to uplift, black women and college and address women by queens and our black men by kings. If we do that and stop trying to tear each other down and trying to discriminate by color and all of that, we'll be a better people.
Can I ask a question? If everybody, I'm asking a question. If we are black and also white, do we all carry different blood or the same blood?
Which one you think?
No, I asked a question.
Which one do you think, though?
I'm gonna give you the answer for the question. We both all carry the same blood. It's not different.
Okay, tell the white people who created race that. Why are you talking to us? We know.
No, what I was saying, whether black or white, it doesn't make sense. We're still one blood.
Right,
True.
but
And if you use that, if you give one favor and the other not a favor, then that becomes the issue. That becomes the issue for some individuals.
Repeat what you just said.
Using favor or prejudice against another is the issue. That's the discussion.
Okay, I understand. But you have some people doesn't look at that though. And some look at it different, some look at it all different ways.
This is just
But
so unserious at this point.
Yeah, I
It's
think
just it's unserious because at the end of the reason it's unserious is because there's literally so much that people have come on this panel and educated with. They given resources, they given examples, they've cited their sources, and yet and still we are on a panel, right? Where people are sitting on a panel and saying, I know that you're giving us your resources, but I know that you're educating me, but I know that you're giving us statistics, but I know that I have real life examples, but. Y'all are exhausting, and I'm gonna just be the one to say it. And then what's even more disgusting is the truth of it is, if Diamond was lighter skinned, she would go through half the shit that she go through with some of y'all. That's just a fact. So for y'all to be like, we love Diamond, and then to get on this panel and try to gaslight her and other people's experiences is insane at this point. Y'all been rambling for about an hour or so with no real proof of anything, just thoughts and feelings, thoughts and prayers about what you got going on. Nothing else. People are literally telling y'all, even as lighter skinned people, that they don't experience colorism. And then you even had Drop Queen come up here and try to tell me as a darker skinned woman that I just don't love myself. Alex, you just don't love you. Have some confidence. Love yourself. We are literally telling y'all what colorism is. We're giving definitions, we're giving examples, and y'all are still telling us that we are wrong. You sound like white tea people when we talk about racism, and that's the bottom line. I don't care about some of y'all nasty comments towards me. You don't like yourself, so I will never take you serious anyway. The bottom line
Because
is that the conversation is colorism. Y'all talking about apples and oranges, and we talking about colorism. What's confusing?
because
the darker skin aspect that don't affect them.
I think that there is good and bad in every color.
We're not talking about that.
Okay, sorry.
You see what I'm saying? Literally 30 seconds later, you're still
Thank
not
you
on the
for
topic.
correcting me.
I'm
That's
sorry
okay.
to
Thank
laugh,
you.
but yeah, we're not talking about that. We know it's some ickies everywhere. We know, yeah. I do disagree about the shadeism thing. I mean, it's technically not even a word. It's not in any dictionary. It was a word that was created for what light skinned people experience. I do disagree there, but I do see contradicting sources where it says it's about dark skin. I'm looking at them now. My back screen thing don't work, but it is contradicting. Some of it says about dark skinned people, some people say it's about light skinned people, but when I researched it, it was about light skin.
But Queen,
Of
I
course
also
things
think
change.
too. I also think we need to validate lighter skinned people as well, though, because I don't want that to go missing in this convo. If people are making fun of you because you
Yes.
lighter, if people are making fun of you because you lighter and they talking about your hair and your skin, that's messed up as well. We just simply saying it's not colorism. So if they bullying you, they flat out wrong and it's anti-black. Bottom line.
Also,
But that's
Queen,
not.
you know, Queen, you know I love you, but even if you're looking at the
I
Wikipedia
do.
definition of colorism, it'll add shadism because they were trying to co-opt it, and that's why it's not a real word for lighter skinned people. Because even though you do experience prejudice and discrimination, come on, we're black. Of course, we're all going to experience it, especially in among us and even other ethnic groups. We're minorities. But that doesn't mean that we're being oppressed on the same exact level as darker skinned people. Like that literally goes beyond even our communities. That goes to workforces and business and career and family building. How many people don't want to be around dark skinned people, don't want dark skinned babies? Like, come on. Like lighter skinned people will never know that. They don't experience that. And to try to create a
But
word for being
Whole
bullied is
facts.
crazy.
Whole
but
facts. And I agree with you 1,000 trillion %. You know, love you down back.
agree.
I just, like I said, just like when I saw that word, which was a long, long time ago, it was being utilized to give a voice to what light skinned people go through from other people in the community. Not on the same magnitude. It wasn't saying anything systemically. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about me saying specifically, fuck y'all. But yeah, it's it was just to give a I guess validation to what lighter complexion people go through, just to give it a word, just like they're looking for a word for white people for being bullied. Let them find it.
So
Let them find it.
so y'all hold on 1 second. I haven't been reading my discrimination. I have not been reading my policies lately, but Alex, they said for you to say your final words, they said Alex is an educated fool. My disclaimer, right?
Dang. Oh, come on now. It's Women's History Month. What we doing?
I will say this. When Alex said if I was dark skinned, I wouldn't go through.
If you was light skinned, you wouldn't.
If I was light skinned.
Mhm.
That's not the first time I've heard that.
Because it's facts, and you can see it with
That's
other
true.
people on here. I'm shut up, though. Alexandra, I
I
wish I
got,
had
I
50
got,
for you.
that's okay. I gotta say my final uneducated, educated fool last words. Okay. Just give me a second. Okay. All right. I just want to say this. Shout out to Eric Mays, right? Eric Mays did his big one before he passed away. Shout out to him. I'm gonna get my uneducated ass off the panel, but it ain't never gonna stop the fact that y'all colorists. A lot of us are inherently anti-black, and we all have to unlearn that process. I said what I said about Diamond, and I'm standing 10 toes on that. There's too much research out here for y'all to be loud and wrong. What else? Some of y'all literally keep walking into the talking point, embarrassing yourself because you're proving a point of colorism. I'm a bad bitch. That's another one. Y'all have a good day. Shout out to black people and love on each other. Peace out, y'all. Thank you, Diamond, for letting me up. I'm out.
I'll cut
Big
you out.
Bye,
purr.
Queen. Thank you, Diamond. I'm gonna go ahead and drop it so somebody can come up. Thank you for having me on your panel.
Oh no, wait. Alex, honey, they paid for you to come back.
Period.
Big period.
Yeah, I love that.
Thank you all. I love you all, Black Kings and Queens. Y'all have an amazing day on purpose.
Thank you, y'all. I gotta clean my camera.
Thank you too.
And
I'm
I
so
just wanted
grateful for the
to
gift.
say that, Diamond, it is absolutely factual that if you were a light skinned woman, you wouldn't go through half of the shit. They would cover you and protect you like nobody's business because you would be a damsel in distress. You would be somebody that they felt the need to protect and cover. And that's just what that's just what it is. Of course you got pretty privilege, but that does not negate that you are a dark-skinned woman in these streets.
You're right. I agree with that because right now, if I could paint my color to white, I know I would be treated better.
Hey, y'all. I came up to ask Mr. Washington, where does he get his definition of colorism from?
Colorism means a preference or prejudice against a color, correct?
No, it doesn't.
When you read the definition, what does it say?
I asked you where you got your definition from,
I
sir. So
know the colorism is a preference or a rejection to a color. That's all it means.
It's not.
You can tell me that, and I'm thankful that you want to try to correct me that way on whatever you all are trying to do. That's beautiful.
Twin, you want me to read it? Oh, you got it in the
God,
back.
it's like you're dwelling on. Okay, what does it say?
We
Okay, so
read it.
you came. Okay, so read it. Go ahead and read it to me. So you want to lock in on this is not a debate, right? It's a debate for you, not right? My opinion. Go ahead.
I just asked the
Go ahead.
I just asked the
Because
question.
you came up here to whatever you're trying to do, but I'm glad you directed it at me. But go ahead, Shaw. I'm listening.
Because you are the one that said that T.
I
when
can't
she
hear.
read
I'm
the
gonna have to
definition-
drop and come back up.
I said that what?
When T read the definition for you, and it says mistreatment specifically towards darker skinned people in the same race or ethnic group, you told her that that was her opinion. So I'm asking you, where did you get your definition from? Because maybe we're
Okay,
reading
so
something.
do you understand why I said that to her?
No, I'm asking you where you get your definition from.
I
Because you
just
told her her
just told you the definition. That's my understanding of that definition. A prejudice or a favor to that color. Correct?
So that's not the definition, and we're telling you that you are wrong. That's not the
I'm
definition
wrong,
of
and
colorism.
so
It's a mistreatment.
colorism means what? Go ahead. You're locked in.
Sure.
They already read the definition twice, right? Colorism is the mistreatment, the prejudice against darker skinned people in the same ethnic or racial group. It's not a two-way street. Reverse colorism does not exist. It's in the
So an
definition.
individual. So listen. So an individual that is light skinned, if they reject an individual that is dark skinned, what is that?
Colorism.
It's not just about rejection.
Okay, so if they have a prejudice against an individual that is dark skinned, what is that?
That's colorism by
Okay, so
definition.
by definition alone, an individual within a color rejecting or showing fake
The definition of
my goodness.
colorism, that would be
A
if it's towards a
prejudice.
light-
Okay, so a prejudice or a discrimination against an individual within a color. Correct?
No, that's not it. You're not understanding. It's not just about within a color. It's the darker skinned people in the same ethnic or racial group. So I cannot experience colorism from Alex, but I can be colorist towards Alex. I can be colorist towards Diamond. Me, T, Queen. I can't speak for Tracy because I can't really tell, but we are not experiencing colorism. Y'all can't be colorist to us. Y'all can bully
Who can't
us.
be
Y'all
colors? What do you mean? I can be colorist to you. If I prefer an individual that is lighter than you, I'm showing you that I'm disliking your color. That's no, hold on. If I have a preference, if I have a preference for an individual that is red bone, for example, that is a discrimination against someone that is darker. Correct?
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
That's
that would be
colorism.
that would be colorism.
Okay, that is all I have said.
Okay.
I've said I said a favor or a prejudice against a color. That is colorism.
The thing is a semantic thing, Shar. It's a semantic thing. He understands what colorism is, but he's just gonna say it how he wants to.
No, but he
That's what
also
I'm
speaks
getting at.
of it in a reverse way. He also speaks of it in a reverse way. So he not.
So hold on. Let me get these messages out. Someone said Alex is nowhere near a fool, and to call her that is some disrespectful bullshit. Respect Black women, family. Why can't we disagree without insults? Also, hold on, I got a special note. Drop probably not. Probably tomorrow. Oh, this I think this is for a drop. If she coming in tomorrow to drop her, I think that's for drop. Okay.
Are you sure? Because it says probably not.
Who's probably not?
Me.
Shar.
Oh, Shar. Oh, I didn't even know you changed your name to probably not. Okay, Shar. Say your final words, baby.
It's okay. I'm gonna just drop y'all. Have a good day.
Y'all
ahead.
yes, coming for my twin. Love you, twin.
Go ahead.
Our treatment is always to be different because
Give me
those of us that are
Wait,
dark
wait,
skinned
they drop Shar?
undergo transgressions.
Yeah, they drop Shar.
People may not. And those of us that are light skinned are going to undergo transgressions that those of us that are dark skinned do. So if we're not greeting each other with, I know you've been abused, I know you've been beat up, but I love you and I need you to survive, then we're going to continue to mistreat each other. The importance of this conversation is you need each other. Everybody has a specific task for a reason, but if you're not moving in the light of I love you and I need you to survive, if you're out here looking to take advantage of your own people or use people for what you can, then you already fucking with the experiment the wrongest of ways. You're here to help each other.
We can't
That's
hear
the
you,
point.
King.
Everything else is nonsense, bullshit, and lies. You're here to help each other. So once you put all the color and everything else out of the way, and listen, I'm as dark as they come.
King, we can't hear
I don't
you.
even be
Can you
tripping
back
about
away
it.
from the
But I
mic or
understand.
something? We can't hear you. It's muffled.
Oh, you can't hear me?
It sounded like you was on a payphone.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. Yes.
The purpose of this exercise is purely just to love one another. It doesn't matter what your packaging looks like. I promise you. Yes, we've been treated poorly. Yes, we've gone through nonsense. No, that's not going to change. Yes, somebody can pit you against somebody else just because I look like this and they don't. All that's going to continue to happen if you allow it to. That goes to the extent you allow it to go to. So in the meantime, in between time, a smile and a kind word goes a long way. You choose what you do with your mouth, just like you choose what you do with your body, just like you choose how you treat somebody else. So if you don't choose to treat somebody else poorly and they choose to treat you poorly, then you know you don't have no business messing with them. And if that's somebody that you're making money with or making money for, then you need to reassess how you're getting your dough. But at the same time, you make it as simple as just showing up and loving on one another, the whole conversation changes. It's not competition at the top. It's corroboration. We work together at the top. At the bottom, everybody wants to fight. Why? Because they don't see a way out of it. It's everybody around you that should be helping you. If everybody around you is a reflection of who you are and what you do, if everybody around you is bums, you might want to reassess your shit. That's what I'm saying. Love on each other. Who cares what your color is? It's very simple. I swear to you it is. And Diamond, you already know I love you. I'm proud of you, and I want you to win. That's what this is about. I want all of y'all to win. And that's why I hang out with the babies, because that's what they need. Somebody to encourage them to be better than what they are and change the dialogue, yo. But I'm going to get out of your head. Stop fighting each other, though.
Thank you, King.
That was real beautiful, and I do appreciate the sentiments. But I guess I'm gonna be the negative person. That still does not negate what dark-skinned people face systemically in society.
Go ahead,
Just-
be real. Go ahead, be real. Sorry, Queen.
All right, let me say this, because y'all getting on my nerves with this definition of colorism and all this bullshit. It's the same fucking thing. And what Mr. Washington was saying is fucking true. It can be done to light-skinned people just like it's done to dark-skinned people. I seen it growing up. I seen it when I got grown. You can have a group of dark-skinned women that hang together, a group of homegirls, right? It could be a light-skinned woman that's coming to walk up or walking past them, and she could have the confidence to, and her motherfucking ass to be bad with body and everything. And guess what? That group of 9 times out of 10, guess what? That group of dark skinned women gonna do? They're gonna look at her and say, "Oh, she thinks she pretty. She thinks she pretty because she light skinned." I done heard that shit so many motherfucking times that ain't funny. So y'all sitting up here trying to play with the definition of a goddamn colorism just because it states specifically a darker color. That shit don't fucking matter. It's the same thing, and it all stems from the same thing, which is racism.
Oh no,
So I
we're
don't
using
the point.
definitions. Oh no.
Like I said, that definition shit don't matter when you can go by
It
what you see.
matters. It matters when you're having an intellectual, logical discussion.
The same thing that dark-skinned women don't believe that they're
intellectual is a big word
attractive
for
when a light-skinned person is around is crazy.
Period.
fact that you even brought it up and made it seem like only darker skinned women would bring that up just because you've seen it once, as if it doesn't happen on the other side, is
Nobody's
exactly
seen
why
it once. I said
colorism
I've
is still
seen
a
it. Stop. I
thing.
said I've seen it more than once. So if you want to listen to what I'm saying closely, and
Congratulations. I've seen it on the
if you
flip side where lighter skinned women do that to dark skinned women as well.
as if you want to
Your
quote me,
one
then quote me.
experience,
I just said what I said, and you heard me loud and clear. I said I heard it, seen it
and I
more than
don't
once.
care.
So
I don't
It's the
care.
hollering. It's the
therefore,
hollering for me.
thing, and it don't fucking matter. Y'all can sit
Why
up
are
here
you
and try
so
to play
upset?
dark skin. It happens to everybody. If you're doing the same
Nope, it happens
action,
to dark skins, like the
wait a
definition
minute.
said.
The
No, it
definition of
doesn't.
colorism
And definitions
is
matter.
doing something against the color of a person and neglecting them because of the color of their skin, right?
Because of their darker
All right.
Thank you
skin.
for the gift.
Dark.
Okay.
Dark,
Yeah,
dark,
that
dark. D-A-R-K,
same
dark. Don't forget that.
thing. Same fucking thing. If you're doing the same actions to a lighter
No,
color
it's
person,
not.
then that's the
Definitions
same thing
matter,
as the
Then it would have
definition.
said light. Then it would have said
Because
lighter as well. It didn't for a
complexion.
reason.
It don't matter about the complexion. If you're doing the same
It
actions,
does.
makes you colorism, or then that means you are colorist to the other person. Lighter
Okay,
color
so I
don't
got
matter.
a question.
No, it's
Okay, so
not.
if
That's
I got a
bullying.
question, I got a
There's
question.
a few.
Since
Y'all
we're
need
doing
to
this
take
reverse thing, I got a question. Be real. If I hit a child, that's child abuse. If that child hit me, is that still child abuse? I'm just by your logic.
Queen, that made no sense because that
It
logic
does
don't
make
go
sense
what
because what you're saying don't make sense. We talk
what I
about
was saying.
definitions and words
Say-
that have meanings.
If you want to ask me my point again, Queen, then you can do that. But don't tell me that goes with my fucking logic because that's not what I was saying.
Your
Can you
logic
stop
has no logic. That's
yelling?
the point. You have no
Thank you.
logic.
If you want to ask me my point because you didn't get it, then that's perfectly fine, and I will repeat it for your ass. Since you can't see, y'all
Is he
can't
in the
seem to listen.
bathroom? Why are you yelling?
It don't motherfucking matter where I'm at. You can hear what I'm saying or you can't. That's your problem.
Who are you talking
We hear
to?
you loud and wrong. Very loud and wrong. We know.
Child,
Like I said,
anyways.
if you're
So I
the
have a
same actions that
question.
if something makes you colorist to somebody, if you're doing those same actions to somebody else, it don't matter about the color of their skin just because it say that in that definition. If you're doing them same actions to somebody else, that's the same
How
fucking
does it not
thing.
matter if it says it in the
No,
definition?
hold
Be
on.
real. You
So
need to
It is
be
the
real with
same. You
yourself.
can try to
You need to
play
be
you
real
want to
with
play it. If you're doing the
because
same
you're not
thing
making
to
any sense
somebody
up
else, no
here.
matter what color is, it's the same thing.
We are really made like disappointing
So
Lou
then-
Martin right now. Like reading Rainbow was so impactful and
What?
like instrumental in my childhood. This is not okay.
This is why they
Yeah.
gave us participation
We
awards.
literally we got we,
You're literally erasing dark skinned
Can I
people
get some context, please?
and
When
what
you're
they go
saying
through.
that, would you say what you're saying, sir? Do you believe that white people can be racist? I mean, can experience racism?
That was my next question.
Hello? Did you hear me? Do you believe that white people can experience racism and that black people can be racist?
If you do them fucking actions that make you that motherfucking way, which is what the definition say, then that's what the fuck you are. How about that, ma'am?
You don't know how. That's not.
Okay.
you want to
If
say
you do,
definitions in that instance, but not definitions of harmony.
if you go to that definition and you do to someone what that definition says, then that's what the fuck it makes you. Don't matter what the fucking color of your skin is. How about that?
Okay.
How about that?
Then obviously
Your color was
But do you think
but
slavery happened?
But y'all
Are you
told
gonna
me
say
when I
slavery
said
didn't
that
happen?
Bush
And white
did black
people
people in the
experienced
worst
slavery
way.
too?
No child left, but y'all said it was rude when I said that Bush and other people that take away education from black people was ableist, but it wasn't, because you have somebody actively on the panel telling other people that definitions and reading means nothing. It's not ableism, it's the truth. How are you sitting on a panel telling people that by
Alexandra,
definition
you can
they're
say what the fuck
incorrect?
you want. Like I said, y'all can go with these definitions that these white folks made, like these people made to make y'all
Now it's
confused, but
erasing. Now it's
it
erasing.
makes
Okay.
it makes you forget what the fuck you go through and see in everyday life when you get on these
But
goddamn paths.
for you to even bring up white people is crazy, because the reason why colorism is a thing is because of white people. Like, are you really like Diamond? We got to stop letting people in here who like IQ is room temperature. Like, we can't
He
keep
just wanted. He's not even listening, sis.
Room temperature
He's
is
not
crazy.
listening. He
The
just
issue
wants to be
is
loud and
that
wrong.
all they're doing is focusing on the bullying part, and they're not understanding the whole conception that colorism is a system, and the fact that we are the only melanated community that does not understand how it works, and that it is no reverse to it.
What do
It's
you
like
mean?
saying there's reverse race.
So that's so
what do
let
you
me
mean?
correct
What
that
do you
really
mean by
quick.
that, though?
Hold on, really quick. That's actually incorrect. other BIPOC individuals, other people that are non-Black, people of color also deal with colorism as well. I just want to correct that really quick.
No. I say they deal with
She
it.
didn't say they don't.
They
Oh,
don't.
I thought you said the only. She said the only community. I'm focusing on the only part.
That don't understand the effects of
But that's
colorism.
not true, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
understand,
disagree,
they
but
know
she
that
didn't
it's
say
the
they don't
darker
experience
that yes,
colorism.
I'm saying exactly. What I'm saying is they know that it's one way.
What do you mean? It's one
They
way.
understand that it's oppression towards the darker skin tone. They know that the lighter skin tone is not being oppressed on the same level. They talk about it all the time. That's why they have their movements like
Focusing on y'all are focusing on the level of oppression when it's not about the how oppressive it is or how serious it is. If it's the same fucking thing, it's the same thing. Y'all trying to compare how
It's not
serious
the
it is.
same thing, though. Be
Less
real.
serious. That's what y'all are doing. Y'all saying it's not on the same level of an
It's not the same thing, and that's why definitions matter.
If a dark person or a light person walks up to a group of people or organization and they get turned away because of the color of their fucking skin, it is the same goddamn thing. Y'all can sit up here and play with it all you want. I know it's making a conversation for the panel. That's all good and everything. But still, y'all can sit up here and try to play that shit. All you motherfucking want, it ain't gonna change a goddamn thing. It's
so
still all the
sad.
same fucking
It's
thing.
just so sad. Like I literally, this is why
This is so sad, and it's Black men that are allowed to talk about this.
Can I give my examples,
What do
please?
you?
Try to
When you
goddamn
say that though, what do you?
you don't know what the
Can I
fuck
give my
life is.
examples on how it works, please? So we're gonna say we understand that bullying happens, right? But there is all the caveats that contribute to.
It's not bullying if you get turned away because of the color of your skin. That's not bullying,
I'm
man.
not finished talking.
That's
I was
not
going to
bullying.
bring that up if you shut up for 1 minute and let
That ain't
somebody
shut
else
goddamn
speak.
thing, girl.
Let her
Like
finish,
it's
please.
ridiculous. Let me
I
finish
promise you ain't
talking. You
finna-
just ranted
you
like
shut
a lunatic.
up.
My
You
whole
shut
point
Diamond,
was
Mike's
the
TikTok
fact
is
that
glitching.
it's
Can I
not
come
just
back?
about
in
bullying.
here. It's room
It's also it's done medically. It's done
Okay,
through
my
the
God, I'm
education.
glitching. I'll be
It's
right
through
back.
job
Thank you.
opportunities. It's through the prison system. It's through the law enforcement. When I'm saying like this, you know, overall that a lot of times and majority of the time when someone is dark skinned, police department is way more aggressive. They will likely be unalived 5 to 10 more times than someone who is light skinned because of the proximity issue. Not only that, another example is you have jobs where we're as Black people going for it, but they will give it to the lighter toned person to go up in office or in a supervisor position because they are closer in proximity to YT. And in medical, what we'll have is, and what we fight, and I fight every day as a nurse, is where they do things like saying because they're dark skinned, their skin is tougher, that they don't hurt as much. Not only that, they say stuff like Black people, dark skinned Black people don't bruise. So they start missing clinical diagnosis and assessments that are harmful. Not only that, did you know that the pulse oximeter that reads your oxygen level to tell them whether you're in distress or not, it shows a 10-degree difference for darker skinned people, which means when it's saying you're 100%, you're 90% really. When you're 90%, you're 80%, which can be very detrimental to your treatment because they will not intervene until your body has gone into a decompensated mode, which is unaliving. It is also when they do things like giving pain meds to women who are having children. The darker skinned women are being discriminated at an astronomical rate that they don't believe that they're having pain, so they don't listen to them. So they're unaliving on the table or 2-3 days later after they go home.
Hey, honey, I hope you don't think that's what I was saying. I'm not going against any of that. That's not my whole point. So if you're missing my point,
Now I can't
like
hear
everybody else,
anything. I'm so sorry. I'll be right back.
My point is, I'm
you saying
trying to say
I agree.
I they're sitting up here
with all of
saying
that.
it's just skin color. Get over it. It is not. It is
No,
a complete.
I'm saying, okay, well,
that is
let me explain.
oppressive
Okay,
to dark
hey, honey, let me
people.
explain
And
what
the
the fuck
point
I'm
is
saying,
that
please.
we have
If you
to,
just
I'm not
you
done.
sit there
You
and
still
say all
haven't
of that
let
shit,
me
you're not
finish.
saying nothing
You
about
just
what I
sit
was
up
saying.
there
That's
saying,
not my point.
no, we're talking about
That's not
colorism, which is the
hey,
topic.
honey.
And you're
I
only
agree with
focusing
all
on
that
one
you just said.
aspect.
point was
So
it
the
could be
bottom
done to
line
light skin
is
also.
we still have to talk about and have these uncomfortable conversations so that we can be aware of it, so we know how we need to move and operate to protect all of our Black people. And
But
make sure
honey,
that
I
these things
wasn't
are
going
not
to, honey, I
happening to
wasn't
our
going against
children
that. Okay,
and
I
our
was
women.
everything that you just
I am
said.
talking to
Everything that you just
everybody.
said,
I'm
I
not
never
just
went
talking
against.
to
Okay,
Black
Not
so that
addressing
you
you,
can
be
keep
real,
the
damn.
noise.
She's not
So
addressing you. Please
again,
mute.
my whole point is this. When people say things like, oh, it was just when you were a child. No, it is constantly going on, and it's going on to this very damn day. I tell you, it's sad when we are so caught up in ourselves. We got to center ourselves because, God forbid, there's something that doesn't affect us. The cognitive dissonance is so similar, and it mimics and mirrors YT people. When you try to tell them something and they'll try to minimize it. Well, I experienced this too by focusing on one aspect instead of the totality of the whole system of it. As if we don't know that still to this day, people look and see what color the baby's ears are to
All
see
right,
if it's
honey,
going to
all
be
right, honey, because
sundown.
when I was talking, you
When
got up
they
here and
want to
interrupted
sit
me. Now
there
you want to
and
go
they
for a
talk
whole
about
dialogue
things
up here on the
like
panel. Like, ain't nobody about to sit up here and
things
let you
like the
finish a whole
differences of
dialogue.
when
You
we
got up here
talk
and started
about the
talking to me.
education
So I don't give
system
a damn about no
and when they
disrespect.
put
I'm going to cut
kids
you
who are
off just like you
darker
cut me
skinned
off.
into
Okay? You
detention
can keep
and
talking,
they
and I'm not going to let you get it out
you're
because you
gonna
didn't
sit
let me
here
finish what the
and
fuck I
tell
was
me
saying when I was
that it's
talking.
not
You
gonna
got up
affect
here in
them
your
when they
feelings
get
and wanted to come
expelled
across
at a
me
much
too.
higher rate and then can't finish
Honey,
going to
that
school,
matter to keep
getting
right
their
on talking. And
education
like I
to grow
said,
and further their own life
everybody
and
agrees with
career.
that.
So when
Everybody
I'm
get up here
saying
saying the same
again,
thing, but
if
they're
it don't
missing a
apply,
damn
then
point.
don't then let it
Missing
fly.
a point.
If you
Land your
don't
plane.
holler. So I'm trying to land my plane. If you
Please
shut up
land
and
your
let me
plane,
go.
honey.
So
Please land your
again,
plane.
when we talk about education, when there's children, we have seen many studies where they saw how they did an ocular to see how much time the teachers spend on watching the children play. They had a white boy, a little white boy, a little white girl. They had a little black boy and a little black girl. 70 to 80% of the time, the teacher was over policing the little black child, especially the black boy. And that's how they do when they discipline us.
And
For
you
the
still
same
going? You just
thing,
said you about to
I'm
land your
about
plane.
to be
Come on
done.
now.
Shut up and just wait.
You've
Shut
been
Don't
up
let
and
interrupting
somebody else talk.
everybody.
You got
You've
up
been
here and cut
interrupting
somebody else
everybody,
off
and
my
and
show
guy.
some
let you
impulse
finish your
control.
dialogue.
Be a man.
Nobody
So
do that. You can't get
anyway,
up here and
I'm
cut off
about to
and
finish
want to
up
finish your
anyway.
long ass
So when they
dialogue.
did
Like,
the
cut the shit
study,
out.
they showed that that's why 3 to 5 times our children are expelled, which makes them miss school, which makes them get behind in grades. So it
Lord have
makes it
mercy, yo.
difficult for them to go on and get education. So that's my point. Is that's how it affects us, and it affects us now. So this bullying bull crap that you just want to focus on is you and your fucking feelings.
Thank you,
You
honey.
got it all out now because I don't know who the hell you think was up here talking about bullying because I ain't said not a goddamn
That's all
thing
you
about
talked
bullying.
about was
Look,
won't
she
worry
go, now
about
let me finish. You just had a whole dialogue. Now you can shut the fuck up and let somebody else talk.
You interrupted her the whole fucking
You can
time.
shut the fuck up and let somebody else talk. You just had a whole long ass dialogue and everybody let you speak.
You're mad because I got
No,
your
you
ass.
didn't
Let
let her
somebody else
speak.
talk. Like I said,
You
don't get
didn't
up
let
here
her
telling
speak.
my point is and then want to keep cutting me off when I rebuttal to your ass. Now, like I said, I didn't say nothing about no goddamn. What I said was actually agreeing to everything you said. I understand all of that. And I know all of that, what you said is to be true. My point is it could be done to the to any complexion. It doesn't matter about the complexion. It can be done to any complexion. Y'all want to own the shit so goddamn bad that some white people put out for y'all ass. Y'all up here fighting for your life to damn own the shit like some dummies. Like what the fuck is
Imagine
for no dark
If you
skin?
don't
Just
understand
Badger,
that, that's not
it's
to
not
any
worth it.
complexion.
Just leave it alone.
sit up here, goddamn dumb. Alexandra, shut your motherfucking ass up. Ain't nobody goddamn
No,
talking.
nobody's gonna shut the fuck up talking to you.
go
You shut the
twice.
fuck up. You've been talking this whole
Check
fucking
your
time and
I said
interrupting
it.
her. You shut the fuck up.
It's in
That's
a
up to.
book. It's reading Rainbow.
I'm gonna shut my motherfucking ass up, but I guess I'm glad I ain't
Y'all
illiterate
hold
like
on
you.
1 second. Y'all hold on. Y'all, first of all, can we talk, please, one person at a time? Please. Okay. Somebody sent a Cash App message and said, nobody on the panel is light-skinned to me.
They're really not. And they up here want to claim all this bullshit and all this damn
He
fucking
waiting
ass
till you done.
Y'all are dumb. Darker skinned people exist
full
in
of
us. Next.
shit was put out for their ass, and they up here fighting to own the shit. They up here fighting to own the goddamn colorist. Y'all
Can I say
sound dumb
something?
as fuck.
Can I say something?
You're jealous because
Can I
you
say
think
something?
it's
Can I-
about
can I
black
please-
people.
can
Are
I
you
please
Real
say
light
something?
is if that line is light skin for
Can I
sure.
please say something?
Now y'all want to sit up here and ask somebody if they jealous over y'all up here fighting over a damn colorist word that some white folks put out.
Can I
for you,
please say
goddamn.
something?
I don't think Diamond was done with his cash app, y'all. Like, come on.
1 second, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Go ahead, Key.
So colorism was coined by Alice Walker. She's a Black woman, and she is a novelist and a Pulitzer Prize winner. So colorism, the definition, was not created by white people. Now, I understand what Be Real is going through because sometimes it's hard, the cognitive dissonance, to understand that light-skinned people don't face colorism, although we saw light-skinned people growing up be bullied, and we've connected that to some form of colorism. I understand.
You go again,
that.
I
Just
got
give me
a
a
bullet.
second.
I'll say one more
Just give
time.
me a
Nobody said
second.
nothing about bullet. I said
Just
they
give me a second.
said they
Just give me a
don't keep
second.
telling me what the fuck I said. I said they turned her away or looked at her and said
just
she
give
thinks
me
she's
a-
pretty because
give me
she's
a
light
second.
skinned. It's not fucking bullying. That is colorism. That is
give me a
judging her by the color of her fucking skin. So where are y'all getting bullying from? So don't
If
get up
you
here
would
trying
have
to come and be real and
graduated
talk
from
like you
5th
so
grade,
goddamn
you would
smart.
understand
And
the
you up here
definition
saying some
of how it
bullshit
works.
too. And honey, shut your motherfucking ass up because you ain't
shut
saying a
your ass
goddamn
up.
thing to
You
me.
just want to defend
This
the
is
fact that
room
you want to
temperature,
settle.
y'all. This is room temperature.
Chief, don't get up and talk about no goddamn bullying when I just said the example that I gave was somebody, a light-skinned girl coming up to a group of dark-skinned girls, and they look at her and say she thinks she's pretty because she light-skinned. She thinks she's pretty because she's light-skinned.
Oh,
Judging her off the
no,
color of
she
her
was
skin.
talking
about the
Regardless of how y'all try to
topic.
put
I
it,
wasn't
that is
talking
not
about
bullying.
you.
That is judging
You're
off the
in
color of
your
her skin
feelings.
and her not being able to communicate with them because of
He
the color of her
just
skin.
criticizes light-skinned women, and that's his problem.
They don't.
Wait, y'all, please wait. Please.
No, the fuck he thought he got up here telling still
So-
talking about a goddamn bullying.
Okay, so light-skinned people, and my sister is very, very light-skinned. My mother is light-skinned. A lot of people on my side of the family are very light-skinned. They do not experience colorism. Colorism, by definition, is experienced by darker-skinned people from people within the same ethnic or racial group, right? Now, that does not mean that light-skinned
Right.
women or my light-skinned sister did not experience being bullied, being harassed, being threatened.
Y'all gonna make it
Hang
fuck
on,
y'all.
hang on, Be Real. Just hear him out, Be Real.
I'm
Hold
not
on,
fucking
just
talking.
Turn around
yeah,
and
just
get that
hang on.
bullshit and say,
It's a
"Shut
reason.
the fuck off, you faggot ass
Listen.
nigga. Shut the fuck up."
Hold
That
on.
dumbass.
Mr. Washington, let Keith finish.
Shut the fuck up, please.
I ain't
I'm
shutting a
not talking
goddamn
to
thing.
none of
You shut me
y'all.
the fuck up.
I'm not talking
Like,
to none of y'all. I would shut you the
shit.
fuck up if I
I'm
saw
gonna
you.
go.
Don't fucking play with me.
The F word. He got to drop. He just said the
Yeah.
F word.
He
All right, I
dead
gotta
ass
go.
did.
Bye.
He got to go.
Who just said the F word?
Be real, because
Me.
he can't control this.
Yeah.
He said the F
He
word.
called him
Dumbass.
It was
That's that nigga.
Bye.
It was
He was a
Keith, y'all.
slur.
It was Keith.
Whoever said it.
I'm out.
Whoever said it, somebody
Now,
got to go.
Alexandria, shut your fat ass up and mind your goddamn business.
Oh my God.
Why the fuck she gotta mind her business? Because she's actually
hang
being the
on.
fucking man you should be on this
Who the
panel.
fuck?
You
Hey,
shut the fuck up.
hey.
No, you shut the fuck up.
You said shit. Somebody
But we
said a
won't
motherfucking
even.
thing like that.
But we won't
Like
get
I said,
nowhere.
she just wanted to come and be real so bad that she thought Be Real voice said that shit with her dumb ass.
Yeah, but we ain't gonna get
Because all you
nowhere.
do is keep
We,
fucking
I mean,
talking.
but
How
y'all
we
know,
supposed
y'all.
to
But
know?
listen, y'all know it's y'all. It's like you not. You know it's gonna happen. You keep doing it, and you
Yeah,
know it's
more
gonna happen.
excuses.
So
More
it
excuses
ain't
for
why
men
it's
calling
okay.
women
It
fat
ain't
asses.
now. See, that ain't even an excuse, but it's adorable that you're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So
But are
just
you
like,
going to
oh,
correct
and
him?
then
Are you going
and
to
I'm
correct
about
him?
to, if you
Are
allow
you
me,
going?
can you allow
Okay,
me to do that?
I'm
I'll just
waiting.
wait. I'll wait for you to do it. I've been
Mm-hmm.
just sitting back, just waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Mm.
And Be Real,
All
know
right.
I'll do that
So
if you just
listen.
let it happen. But I'm not gonna go back and forth with him because every time you say something to him, he's gonna do that. You'll jump in to just say something to him. He's gonna do that. Y'all are going back and forth, and you want me to jump in the middle of that? Hell no.
Mm.
I'm not gonna do that. Be
Okay.
Real is know what he's doing, and you know what you're doing as well. You antagonizing him that way, and he's antagonizing both
And I
of y'all.
never called him
And
out
it's-
his name, but you're
and
putting us on the same.
I
Black.
ain't putting none of
Here's
y'all
another
in nothing,
example
but
of
it's a
black men
why
don't hold other
and it's
black men accountable. This is
what
all
you
this
want me to
is.
say to him, Alex?
Next caller. Let's
What
move
you want me to say to him, Alex?
You could have
Go ahead,
corrected the
Alex.
disrespect.
Corrected him and say what?
There was
See
no,
how
there
look
was
and
no
then
word
look
of
you
disrespect.
y'all know damn well that y'all going back and forth, and then just like right now, what do you actually hear me saying?
Before you can address the
But no one has ever disrespected
What did I?
Real. He
You hear
literally
me
was up
saying
here
his
calling
name,
everybody
and
bitch
then I
and
said
fat and all
what?
types of
God
shit.
damn.
Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Okay, hear me out.
This is so predictable.
This needs to be a part 2 topic. Clearly.
Yeah.
You guys have a lot to say. It's about 8 people in my line in the queue waiting to come in the box to speak on it. Okay, it's about 8 people in the queue. Y'all, I get out of here at 12. I'm trying to get out. Okay, at this point, yeah, I'm trying to get out of here. I will say this again, y'all. Monday through Friday, starting at 6 a.m. Eastern time. Follow the hottest show on TikTok and AM. I cannot make this up.
It's time. Can I say something before you cut out too? And then just, I know that I bump heads with my fault. I'll do it a different way. My fault, Miss Diamond.
Y'all, I told y'all it's gonna be a touchy topic. Someone said
You gotta sing it. You gotta sing it, Diamond. You gotta sing it.
I can't sing it, y'all. I ain't just shit no. Somebody said be real, respectfully, calm down, please. No, you sing it, Queen.
No, sing it, Diamond.
No. Stop. I'm not finna sing the song The Reading Rainbow. I'm not finna sing it. I'm not. So yeah, y'all. We will resume this topic tomorrow, clearly. Yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Right on, Miss Diamond. Thank you for having me up. Y'all stay groovy.
Thank you. I'll request tomorrow. I just wanted to say something not nasty to the lady in the top.
No, Miss Silent, baby. Listen, if I let you say something,
No,
I
I'm
gotta
not
allow
gonna say nothing. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow.
Okay, all right. Yeah, please.
I'll wait till tomorrow.
And this Cash App message for Alex. They said, why Alex ain't go off on Be Real like she go off on Drop.
Man, can I just
Alex, you can answer that tomorrow.
why answer it tomorrow? Alex, Alex, Diamond, I wasn't gonna answer it. Can I say this though for tomorrow for your show? Cause that Cash App don't mean shit to me.
Okay, but hold on. Can you save it for tomorrow?
Can I say one word? One
You wouldn't let me, Alex.
I didn't say I didn't let nobody else say their words.
One little word. Just one little word. Please.
No, I can't. No.
Okay, that's okay. Don't say that. That's okay.
No. You won't be talking about division and all that. No.
Have a great rest of your day, Diamond.
Thank you for letting us up. I know. Thank you.
Y'all be safe in these TikTok streets. I got to go.
I'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Love you, Diamond.
Bye, Alex. Kiss my